Takes it over and turns it over to the young guy. Drops down with the lower leg on Wayne Ferris. Springs it. He learns something.
Yes, he did.
Hooks that leg up, moves in on him. Gotta watch yourself here. That other leg can kick you right in the mouth before you know what's happening. He grabbed tights that time, and look at that. Young Tommy, eager boy, if nothing else, he really will stay on top of you. He went for him and kept him from getting to the corner. Tags Tony. And Charles back fell out right there. Tags Tommy Gilbert Jr. Tommy. He had it on him. Once again, Ferris tried to get away and go to the corner by using the tights. Young Tommy just stayed right after him. Now Ferris goes for the hair. Latham came through. Couldn't have gotten the tag if he had to. But he's back to the corner, and that's going to be a tag on the fresher man, Latham. Nice single leg dive. Young Tommy really goes after it. Boy, he's in great shape, and he is eager, eager, eager. That coupled with inexperience will sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble. Latham grabs him, manhandles him out, but look at him just stay right after that leg. Talk about that proverbial bulldog staying on your pant leg. That's what Tommy Jr. is doing right now.
He is
just
indeed.
Won't give up.
He's hanging in there. We're almost 6.5 minutes into a one-fall 15-minute time limit match.
6.5 minutes down the pike, and we still have 9.5 minutes to go. No, let's make it 8.5 minutes to go. Young Tommy staying on it. Tony very pleased with the way the young fella is just staying right after Latham. He's made a mistake or two in here, but he covers up for him by that eagerness, man. He just is very, very determined. He's going to be a good one. With that single leg dive again, he takes him over and down. Picks it right up. Drops with the lower leg. Latham working his way back toward the corner, tags Ferris. Woo! Ferris, he didn't break quick enough. Ferris got him from behind.
That's where the inexperience you were talking about came in. And Ferris really unloaded on him.
He's taking advantage of it, too. And Ferris, who picked up a lot of experience himself on his Gulf Coast and Bahamas tour, hanging with that reverse face lock very hard on young Tommy. He's out in the center of the ring. He's hanging in there, but Ferris really applying a pressure on him. Referee checking to be sure that that arm is up on the chin. Satisfied that it is, apparently. And he takes Ferris over. Good move, but he can't get to the corner. Ferris really waylaid him. Caught him with an uppercut with his forearm. Slams him into Latham. Turns it over to Larry.
8 minutes gone. 7 minutes left to wrestle.
At the 8-minute mark, Tommy Jr. in trouble. And he is being held over near the Latham-Ferris corner. Latham surfboards his arms back, plants that head in the middle, squeezing to take the strength out of him. Now with his knee down there, Tommy Jr. hanging in there. Latham. Double clothesline on Tommy Jr., but our time is running down to the wire.
30 seconds.
Ferris back in.
Tony's knee is hurt.
And they're double teaming Tommy Jr. and Tony hurt his knee. He may have hit that strut that stuck out. It fell out earlier. And Tony may have hit it right on the kneecap when Ferris pulled the rope down.
10 seconds.
We're only 10 seconds away. As Tommy Jr. and they're taking the punishment. Here comes his dad. Well, the time had run out. The referee signaled for the bell to be rung, but I think the time had already rung out, and out of there they go.
just qualified Tony Charles and Eddie Gilbert fight outside interference.
Well, okay, that's the decision from referee Paul Morton. There is one of those situations, Dave, where I think it was in the process where I was just getting ready to ring the bell on it, where the time might have been out. So
I think Tommy hit the ring just about 2 seconds before the time limit would have expired anyway. So
but Tommy Gilbert in there to when his son caught in between Ferris and Latham, and they were really working him over. Tony, as Ferris pulled that down, I don't know, it very well could have been the ring support that was knocked down earlier is sticking out about 1.5 feet below the ring. And when Tony flipped out of that ring, his knee may very well have come right down on that ring support. Always good to see you, Eddie. The situation, I know one of the happiest things of your life is the interest that Eddie took in the ring and following in the footsteps, and it must have been a real thrill when you started working together as a tag team, actually in the ring. But it's kind of taken a little sour note. Jealousy has kind of worked its way in from another father's under.
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of times things like that happen, you know, and nobody can be any prouder of the kids whenever they want to do something and they see them do their best. But you know, Buddy is, man, he's become unreal. You know, I couldn't believe that the man could be like this. But I want to tell Buddy one thing, since he's looked like he's turned over a new leaf, and he don't want to be the man that I thought he was. Buddy, I'm telling you, straight in your face now, man.
To help get that thing out of there.
You told me not to call you Hog Jaws. I'll call you Hog Jaws or anything else that I want to, anytime, day of the week that I want to. And I'll tell you what, man, whenever we get the ring, I told you not to lay a hand on my kid. I told you that I'd beat your brains out if you did. And that's exactly what I'll do, because we're going to be in there, buddy, and whenever we do, I'm going to do just exactly that. I'm going to deflate them jaws. And they could be, a lot of you, they could be deflated too, buddy. But the main thing is, baby, I just want you, that's all. And as far as your kid goes, I don't want to lay a hand on him. I'm going to do to him what you should have done 10 or 12 years ago. I'm going to pull his tights down and paddle his butt real good and teach him a little manners.
Well, it's obvious that being two father. Okay, hey, buddy, no fights. No fights.
No. Lance, you know, after what happened in this match recently, I've been doing a lot of thinking. And I want to come out here publicly. I want to apologize first to you, Lance. We've been friends for a long time. I've done something that was wrong. I want to apologize to the people in the studio, also the people that's watching it, and most of all, I want to apologize to Eddie and Tommy. Because what I done last week, I just got carried away. The most important thing to me was Ken winning. And what I did was wrong. And what I want to do, Tommy, just forget what happened. And I apologize to you now. And just forget the matches that we got coming up. Just forget them. I'd like to just cancel the match.
Well,
Buddy, I want to tell you something. You said forget the match. No, we won't forget the match. Eddie and I will be out there to wrestle. And that's exactly what we'll do. Until the first time that you make a move, buddy. And I'm telling you now, right to your face, I'll beat your brains out if you lay hands.
I want to forget what we done. Just shake hands, just forget what I done.
Well, I'll shake hands with you, but I'm telling you now. That's exactly it. We'll see you in the ring, buddy.
Okay, well, come on. Come on, Eddie, break it up, man. Hey, you guys save that for the ring. Come on. Buddy Wayne is handcuffed. Tommy Gilbert over to the ring post over there. Hey, come on. Let's get this thing stopped out and get somebody out here. The Waynes with Tommy Gilbert handcuffed over to the ring. The Waynes. That's a great apology. That's all I can say. Can we get somebody out here to get this thing stopped? The Waynes pounding away on Eddie Gilbert, while Tommy Gilbert, I can't help it, Tommy. I can't get the things undone. He locked them on here. Hey, come on, buddy. Just get out. You guys get out of the ring. Okay, buddy. You're asking for it. But Tommy, Coco Ware and Dallas Montgomery coming out here, and Buddy Wayne shoulder blocked them before they ever got in the ring. All right. Hey, Tommy, I can't get him undone. He's got them locked around there, man. There's nothing I can do about it. Comes Randy Tyler out. Good. Get him out of here. Yeah, just get on out of here, buddy. That's... Randy can... Okay. Tommy Gilbert trying to see, will that key fit in the handcuffs in there? It won't fit? In there. Hey, Jerry, see if we can get somebody to help get that thing out of there. Yeah, see if that key, if you got a key that might work in there. Randy Tyler and Coco and Dallas helping Eddie Gilbert out of there.
Eddie Gilbert, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie asked me for a word or two before your match with Mike Maroney.
Yes, sir, sure did, Lance. You know, I've come out here a lot of weeks, and I've never bothered anybody. I've never asked anything, and I've never hassled anybody. But you know, Lance, I started wrestling about a year ago, and took my knocks real hard in wrestling. And so I left this area. I went all over the country, and I've wrestled a lot of men. But I don't think there's a man alive that can have that power like Killer Carl Krupp says he's got in his hand.
You're referring to that German claw he got.
Claw he's got.
Messed your head up and all.
That's right. And Lance, I know this sounds crazy, but I want to challenge Mr. Krupp right now in the ring.
Eddie, first, you've already got a match with Mike Maroney up here. Killer Carl is a very big and experienced guy. I'm not putting it down and all, but he'll get his and all that. So let's, maybe worry about it another time and talk about it.
Lance, it's no disrespect to you or anything like that. But Killer Krupp, I'm going up to the ring right now, and if you've got any guts at all, you'll bring your little booty out here and get in the ring.
Well, Eddie has got a match coming up with Mike Maroney. I can understand him being irritated. Killer Carl.
I can understand him being irritated, but I can't understand him being crazy.
No,
that's look out.
Hey, come on, Carl. Come on, Carl. Get out. Killer Carl's group. Eddie Gilbert charging right into him.
Come on, get the prop away from him. Get that prop, huh?
Eddie's dead. Tommy Gilbert.
All right.
Tommy Gilbert wearing out. Here comes Jimmy Hart, El Mongo. Yeah, break that thing up. Get him out of there. Come on, bring him out. Yeah, let's get him out of there, Eddie. Jerry Bryant, Jerry Calhoun, Carl Fergie, Tony Boyles, everybody, and Tommy Gilbert. Back. Yeah. Very strange.
I'll tell you one, Lance. I'll tell you one thing I love. I wish the camera could get a shot of Killer Carl Krupp's back. When you get a shot of his back.
Okay. Now you caused enough trouble. Let's just get it on.
the center of the ring. Tommy takes him over the shoulder, pulls that knee pad up, and drops on him. He wanted that knee ripping his head, and El Mongo in with a foot in Gilbert's side. Gilbert and Gilbert against Killer Carl and El Mongo. Tommy putting a knuckle on Big Killer. Killer worked Eddie over pretty good a couple of weeks ago. And Eddie taking over where his dad left off. Banging away at the Killer. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to break it up a little bit. He's busted a couple of places open on Killer's face. One on top of the head. The other, it looks like, yeah, right over his right eye. Boy, he's got a mouse and a half over that right eye. And it's down, affecting his vision, I'll bet, in his eyelid. Ooh. Eddie Gilbert. El Mongo kicked him off. Man, oh man. The Gilberts, with an everything to win, nothing to lose situation. They wanted some of Carl Krupp and El Mongo. Carl just shucks off Eddie. But his right eye is a mess. Tommy and Eddie both have butchered him on that right eye. And Eddie still hammering on the big 263-pound German. Tommy holding El Mongo back. While Eddie gets his measure of satisfaction out of pounding. Uh-oh, the Killer reached up and grabbed over the top, not over the top rope. It was like Dr. Bill Irwin earlier. Valiant threw him in, and the momentum flipped him over. And Eddie slammed on the table. Whoa, getting a little rambunctious down here. Tag on Tommy. Eddie holds him. Tommy busted him from the second rope. Killer Carl won't be reading anything out of that eye. Not tonight. And the Gilberts are saying, boy, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But don't take him for granted. I was just looking at that. Tommy and Eddie both pleased to get a little revenge with him. But sometimes that'll make you overconfident. Killer Carl rolls underneath after tagging Mongo. And look at Tommy Gilbert go. The wild Mongo coming after him again. He just keeps on. Killer Carl almost out of it. Instinctively went in there to help his partner. Eddie Gilbert snapped Carl on the rope over there. Jimmy Hart watching his champions, even though the belt is not at stake, watching his champions go down the drain here to the Gilberts. Gilbert flew across the ring to grab El Mongo from behind. Now all four of them are in. Hart is up at ringside. He gives the cane. A slide by Tommy Gilbert. Count of 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Six minutes, 16 seconds. The winners, Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. And the crowd loves it.
Expiration of time tag team match coming up. On the right of your screen at a total weight of 427 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. And from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware. On the left of your screen with their manager Jimmy Kent from Tombstone Territory at 529 pounds. The Bounty Hunters, Jerry and David Novak. This match to the expiration of time, referee Paul Morton.
Okay, off come the Jackets up there. By the way, did you see earlier that your old belt, the AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, regained by Handsome Jimmy?
I saw that, Lance, and I'm glad to see that you finally realized that that was once and always will be my belt. And I plan on getting it back, and I hope Handsome Jimmy still got it when I get around time to facing him, because I'd like nothing better than to whip his behind and take my belt back from him.
Okay. All right, Coco Ware in with David Novak. David, the older of the two brothers, Jerry and David Novak. Boy, they are big. I remembered them as big, but not that big. They have really bulked
Especially
up.
This Jerry here on the outside.
Look at the size of that guy. But let me tell you, I love this team they're going against today. Eddie Gilbert and Coco, a couple of really fine young wrestlers. Big shoulder from Eddie. That is Jerry coming into the ring at the moment. The Bounty Hunters, Jimmy Kent. I would remind the wrestling fans, if they need any reminding, these guys were wrestling up in Canada. Jimmy Kent found them up there, brought them down here. They were an obscure team, the honest fact of it. Nobody knew anything about them. It was Kent leading them that took them right to the Southern Tag Team Championship belts. And they held those belts for quite some time. Beautiful.
Well, you know, you talk about how big they are, and then, like you said, once again, there's an impressive team of Eddie Gilbert and Coco Ware. Always the size, you know, the size is not always that important in the sport of wrestling. Just like a guy like Joe LeDuc, everybody talks about how big and how strong he is.
He is big.
Well, you know, these Bounty Hunters are big too, but you got a guy over there, Eddie Gilbert, who's fast, and he's the boy's smart. Let's face it. You know, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and if you can think and keep your mind straight and stay one jump ahead of a big man, you can beat him every time.
Well, you're hearing it from the master of thinking in the ring. I have said that behind your back, to your face, and everything else. Lawler probably one of the thinkingest and smartest wrestlers that ever got in there. Eddie Gilbert getting that experience, Coco the same way, and it takes experience along with being able to use that brain to bring it all to a culmination for a fine wrestler.
Well, that's true. You know, a lot of times with the big guys like these Bounty Hunters here, or like, once again, I bring it up, like with Joe LeDuc, their main asset is the fact their size and their strength is that they can take a lot of punishment, right? Well, the object in the wrestling and the way to be successful is to take as little punishment as you possibly can. That's the man that comes out the winner, the man who gets hurt the least. Just because you're big and can take all that abuse, it's going to eventually mount up. Look at these guys right now.
Coco put David down in the front row with that forearm off the apron. He's in. But Jerry Novak stops him cold. The biggest of the two Bounty Hunters tags out to David. Jimmy Kent up there saying, beat, beat. This is their return debut on Championship Wrestling. Kent worried at the moment about how impressive they're looking. Uh-oh. Coco maybe a little over-anxious, Jerry.
Well, you know, it's easy to get that way. Everybody is wanting to win this match. Like you said, it's the first time back on wrestling for the Bounty Hunters in quite a while, and naturally, they don't want to start out their return with a loss. And Eddie Gilbert's been out for quite a while with a broken foot. It's his first time back. He wants to get a win. Look at this.
Sunset flip.
Get the referee around. Get the ref.
Kent sneaks up in the ring while the referee's trying to break up Jerry and Eddie Gilbert. They're still fighting, and that's going to be it. Yep. The winners of the first ball, the Bounty Hunters and Jimmy Kent. And don't forget, I said that it was Kent who guided him to that championship. He hadn't lost any of his ability to scramble around in there. So the Bounty Hunters, first ball, we got plenty of time left, so that's not it by a long shot. Listen, let's bring him up to date, Dave, on the first ball of the action in the tag match that we got.
3:48, Bounty Hunters won it. It's one fall right now, but it's an expiration of time match. We got some time left, about ready to go with the second fall here.
Eddie Gilbert, Coco Ware back in the ring. The big Bounty Hunters up there. Jimmy Kent on the side. We're ready for the action. And Eddie Gilbert reminding the referee to keep Kent in his chair, Dave.
Yeah, Kent figuring in the first fall there as he jumped in the ring when the referee's back was turned and gave a little aid to the Bounty Hunters in being able to win it in 3:48. Coco Ware over to the corner, gets the tag on Eddie Gilbert. Eddie driving the Bounty Hunter out of the ring, goes after big Jerry Novak, who's out on the apron. He steps in. Eddie hooks it down. One. Got a count of two. 2 counts all he could get, but the other Bounty Hunter, David, jumps in there and stopped it at the 2 count. Well, he had him down in a small package and thought for a minute that Eddie and Coco had evened it up at 1 fall apiece, but it was not to be at that point. Oh, David Novak, big broad arm across the back and a knee. Eddie Gilbert over very near the Bounty Hunter's corner, and not a good place to be. Big right hand. He had the fist doubled. He's warned by referee Paul Morton. Eddie threw his legs over to the corner. Heads for Coco. Gets the tag. Jerry Novak grabs him. Upper arm. He slams across the back of his neck. Bounty Hunters with the quick tags. Coco leaps over. Goes with a drop kick. Follows with a cover. Count of 1, 2, 3. Did he get it? Yeah. He got it. Boy, flurry of action there. Couldn't tell if Coco had gotten a 2 count or a 3, but the referee signaled yes, sir. Count was 3, and Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert have just evened it up. It is 1 fall apiece at the moment. 1:47 the time. We'll be back in just a moment. When he's got something to prove, boy, you know, there he was.
Yeah, he's really hot, man. And it was interesting. You made note of it in there that he was doing all of his talking to Hart down here, not you or over here at the desk or the crowd or anything else. He was doing all the talking to Hart because he has felt like for quite some time that he has been overlooked and that Jimmy Hart has slighted him in favor of, well, for one, Wayne Ferris, for 2, Dutch Mantell,
That's
and
right.
some others.
Yeah.
Many before that.
Yeah, here they come.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one.
It should be a fine match. Coco and Eddie Gilbert waiting, as they have been for several seconds now. And the arrival has just occurred of the Dirty Dutchman and Wayne Ferris. This is going to be an expiration of time match. Team with the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be the winners of the match. Introducing at a total weight of 427 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. And from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware, going against him at a total of 459 pounds. From Oil Trough, Texas, Dirty Dutch Mantell. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the bomber Wayne Ferris. This match to the expiration of time. Ferris and Mantell's manager, Jimmy Hart, and your referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're about ready to get it underway right here, and Jimmy Hart getting rid of the Dutchman's hat. Dutch loosening up a little bit. Looks like Dirty Dutch will be the starter. Yeah, Wayne Ferris stepping out. Size on the left side of the ring. Speed on the right. Determination on the right. And let's do it right now.
Eddie Gilbert, Dutch Mantell, Dirty Dutch. Boy, he's a battler, but don't sell Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert short in this match. They have speed in their favor. They are quick and have some fine moves we've seen them use. Well, the Dutchman is tagged out, and this is Wayne Ferris. He tags quickly. Dutch Mantell back in. Mantell. Whoa, wrapped up Eddie Gilbert's arm. Eddie reversed it on him, and Dutchman immediately back to the corner. Gets the tag on partner Wayne Ferris. We're 1 minute into the action. Expiration of time. I think we got plenty of time. This one could go 1 fall or 4 or 5, as long as we got time. We got action. Oh, stepping right over Coco Ware. And Wayne Ferris finds himself on the mat. Ferris trying a reversal, trying to keep Coco's shoulders on the mat long enough for a count. Can't do it. But the tag is made. And the Dirty Dutchman. Dutch Mantell. Coco with the headlock. Back into the ropes. Mantell fires Coco across the ring. Coco reverses. And down to the mat goes Dutch Mantell once again. Jimmy Hart screaming. He had his hair pulled. Oh, Wayne Ferris in with a big boot. Picks up Coco, puts him back on the ropes. A whip across the ring. Coco ducked under the elbow. Drop kick puts Wayne Ferris on the mat. Coco, the first and former holder of the Championship Wrestling TV Championship. Lost that title in a match to Dutch Mantell, who one of his opponents today in the tag team match. Here's Eddie Gilbert in. Eddie working that side headlock against Wayne Ferris. Now there's some hair pulling. How about that, Hart? A little hair pulling by Eddie Gilbert, or rather on Eddie Gilbert, by Wayne Ferris. Dutch Mantell in. Oh, backbreaker across the knee. Eddie Gilbert went for the side headlock, and Mantell converted. Upper arm off the ropes. Mantell slamming Eddie Gilbert's head into the turnbuckle. Tag made. Ferris will be coming back in. 3 minutes gone. Yeah, I see the teamwork. I see the teamwork, Jimmy. You know, Hart, that does have a point there. The team of Ferris and Mantell with a quick tag. Good tag team strategy. Got to give credit where it's due in that case. Don't have to give any credit for that, though. That's Mantell's knee placed inside the ropes. And Ferris smacked Eddie Gilbert's head into it. Mantell going for an abdominal stretch. He's got it. Can he make it stick? A little extra help from Wayne Ferris out there, and that is going to cost him the hole. He's going to have to give it up due to the outside interference by Ferris. They make the tag. Wayne Ferris back in. Eddie Gilbert into the rope. He held on, though. Kicks Ferris. Here's Coco Ware. Coco using the right hand. He goes after Mantell, too. Whips Ferris into the rope. Ferris holds onto the ropes. Coco misses the drop kick. The elbow by Ferris. Tag made. Coco fired into the ropes. Upper arm. Clothesline by Wayne Ferris. The Dutchman drops down. Here's a cover. 1, 2. He got him 3. Dutch Mantell, Wayne Ferris get the win in the first fall of this expiration of time match. It is only the first fall. Keep that in mind. 1 fall won't do it. Coco Ware and Eddie Gilbert, who gave it a good go and were doing fine in the match until Coco unfortunately missed the drop kick. And Ferris and Mantell converted that to the 3 count. But Coco and Eddie Gilbert will be back trying to even it up in the second fall of action. First fall went 4 minutes, 48 seconds. 4:48 the time.
Yeah, tough team, Ferris and Mantell, but also very impressed with Ware and Gilbert in there. Glad this one's an expiration of time.
Sir.
More action. We'll be back to it. Favored Dutch Mantell, Wayne Ferris, and don't forget Jimmy Hart that is outside of the ring sometime. Yeah, I hear it. Hey, come on. I understand. I know that he is the TV champion, Jimmy. I'll mention that. I guess we were negligent in saying that Dutch didn't get it from Coco Ware.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the first match there very briefly. I didn't want to linger on it too much.
I wouldn't linger on it too much. Okay, big argument in there. Hart and Calhoun going at it. They're not happy with each other. Bell time, the Dutchman and Coco come out of the corner. And right away, Dutch going in after him. Booming with that arm. Tags Wayne Ferris. Wayne takes a shot but delivers about 4 more. And Dutch, who had never gotten out of the ring, has the referee sending him out. Eddie Gilbert comes over to even it up. Referee trying to get him out of the ring. Coco being held on the ropes. Ferris, Mantell exchanged the tags, and Coco caught in between them. Down goes Coco Ware, and Dutch. Side suplex, up, picked him up. I thought he was going for a side suplex. Picked him up, dropped him on that backbreaker across the knee. Jimmy Hart having an argument with Jerry Calhoun as Dutch Mantell drops down there on Coco Ware. Tags Wayne Ferris, and Coco really bearing the brunt of the action right at the moment. Coco whipped full steam across the ring by Wayne Ferris. Ferris rolls him over 1. They almost had it 2 straight there. Coco fires a good right hand, comes with another one in there. He gets away, rolls to the corner, has a tag on Eddie Gilbert. And Gilbert nails Dutch Mantell and Ferris. Look at Eddie go. Got up high, planted the knee. The Dutchman reversed him, though, and has pounded on him. A reverse. Uh-oh. Eddie flying in with a knee, caught a turnbuckle.
That's how Mantell and Ferris won the first fall. They took advantage of a mistake, and they're trying it here to win the second fall. And they've done it.
Did he get him?
Yes, sir.
He got him.
It's one of those sayings, going to the well one time too many. Spence said, hey.
Calhoun and Hart going at it. Of course, Hart's made a lot of nasty accusations about Jerry Calhoun. A lot of people have said things about the poor referee, but Hart, it's a really personal thing in there. And they got into a little shoving match as... See if we can get Eddie, and well, if I can get my mic cable, Eddie and Rick want to get you over here. Boy, I'll tell you, it has been a long time, man. Really great to see Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert back, and I'll tell you one thing for a fact, I have heard such great things about you guys out in the Midwest and the whole area since you left here, and I say congratulations to you. You've done a super job.
Well, thank you very much, Lance. It's just great to be back home. I tell you, it's nothing like it. You know, the feeling coming back home, it just puts chill bumps all on you and everything, I'm telling you.
I know one thing for a fact, Eddie, and this is an honest truth. I get a lot of letters every week from the wrestling fans out there, and they're always asking about what happened to this one, what happened to that one. I've never had anybody more than you two guys, people saying, hey, when are Rick and Eddie coming back to the territory?
Lance, thank you very much. I'd like to say hello to all my friends and family and everyone out there. I'd like to say something about Ricky Morton. You know, I've begun to know Ricky just like a brother now. We've been riding up the roads together. I've begun to know him real good. I'd like to say something too, Lance. You know, Ricky and I both have had partners with more experience than us and everything. But now we're together. We got the same experience, and this is do or die.
Hey, listen, I want to tell you, not only have you got the talent, but that experience coming together. I know for a fact that you guys won the Tri-State Tag Championship, and that's got to be a great thing for you and a lot of things for the future.
That's right, Lance. You know, me and Eddie went to the ring out there as one. And when you go into the ring as one, there's not too many people that can beat you. But, you know, like we say, we're glad to be back home. Like Eddie said a while ago, you know, the home is what it is. You know, like coming home like a basketball team, a football team, when you got the home field advantage, there's not too much you can do.
That's super. What do you got in store, Eddie?
We're looking for the tag team championship in this area. That's what we're coming on for.
Golly, I'll tell you one thing. A couple of guys that can win. Again, for all the fans, good to have you back. And, Eddie, good luck to you in here.
In this match coming up, and by special agreement, special rules for this one, it will be an expiration of time match. Expiration of time, there may be more than one fall depending on the time. At a total weight of 412 pounds, challenging for the belts, from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. And from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. Going against him, total weight 438 pounds, the current holders of the AWA Southern Tag Team titles, with their manager, Jimmy Hart. From Delray Beach, Florida, Stan Lane. And from Union City, Tennessee, Sweet Brown Sugar. Southern Tag titles on the line. Expiration of time match. Referee, can't see him, Jerry Calhoun. There he is.
Okay, the belt's coming off a stand. He's got them both. They will be at stake. And Dave, we talked to him because of our time limit here. We do not have an hour. We're going to have an expiration of time so that we can have more than one fall. Very important. This is not a one-fall match. It will be till the expiration of time, and we'll get a chance to see it all right here. Bell time. Here we go. Get out of here, Jimmy.
It's Stan Lane. He's from Delray Beach, Florida. They didn't complain about that. He's going against Eddie Gilbert. Eddie and Rick, former holders of these belts. They're trying to get them back here today. Eddie with Stan Lane back on the ropes. Referee wanted a clean break, and he got it from Eddie Gilbert.
You know what a lot of people are saying, just what goes through my mind. Don't give him a break like that, boy. Bust him.
Yeah, should have hit him right there is what thought also went through my mind. Lane back on his feet. Lane with a takedown on Eddie Gilbert. Sweet Brown Sugar and the referee have a battle going over in the corner here. I think that Sweet Brown Sugar was down the apron, did not have a hand on the turnbuckle, which he must have. Referee trying to keep him there in the corner. Headlock by Eddie Gilbert.
I know I have a tendency, Dave, because of the irritation with Jimmy and the First Family in there, to sometimes be a little disparaging about it. But this Stan Lane and Sweet Brown Sugar can wrestle. There is no doubt about that.
Lane hits the mat. Eddie Gilbert being somewhat cautious, and wisely so. Stan Lane grabs the side headlock. Takes Eddie Gilbert down to the mat.
Those boys have been staying out all night. Look at that right there, man.
He should have stayed out all day.
Yeah, somewhere besides here for sure. The headlock by Stan Lane. Eddie Gilbert back up on one knee now. Lane, oh, a little hair pulling. Try to add to his advantage.
A little reminder, Dave, this is not a one-fall match. It's an expiration of time. The team that has the most falls when the time expires will be the winner. And, of course, the belts are at stake. This was agreed by not only the challengers, but the champions.
Eddie Gilbert moving Stan Lane around that ring. Look at him go. Lane hangs back on the rope.
How can we get a fair match with Jerry Calhoun referee in the match, or Rick Morton's daddy, Paul Morton? Now tell me, how can we do that? How can we?
I suppose you would rather referee.
Let the referee the match.
Ooh. Well, I've seen the hair pulling, but it was by Stan Lane, not by Eddie Gilbert. Look at this heart. Going at the crowd down here. Oh. Lane, side headlock, Eddie Gilbert. And there's hair pulling right there, and Stan Lane did it. Fight fire with fire. That's the explanation from Jimmy Hart. That's why Stan Lane pulled the hair. Eddie Gilbert trying to power his way out of the hole. We're at the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone. Eddie Gilbert, Stan Lane in there the entire first 4 minutes. There's hair pulling again by Lane. Down to the mat goes Eddie Gilbert. No, I didn't. What I was watching was Stan Lane pulling Eddie Gilbert's hair twice to keep him in the hole while the referee's attention was diverted over to the First Family corner there. Eddie Gilbert using the ropes. Stan Lane goes by. Eddie waits for him, rolls him down to the mat. Makes the tag, and here comes Rick Morton. At the 5-minute mark. It's Rick Morton in there for the first time against Stan Lane. Rick off the ropes, slides under. Sunset flip. 1. And a count of 1 is all he gets before Coco Ware Sweet Brown Sugar jumps in here and breaks it up. Rick Morton came in and took charge against Stan Lane. Only Lane's partner, Sweet Brown Sugar, kept him from being pinned, losing his first fall in the Southern Tag Title match. Here is Sweet Brown Sugar now after the tag. Rick Morton forces him down to the mat. Nope. Straight wrist lock, Jimmy. 6 minutes gone. 6 minutes gone in this first fall. Rick Morton fired into the ropes. Steps over. Drops it. Sweet Brown Sugar. And Sugar back to the corner. Rick Morton waiting. Oh, Sweet Brown Sugar forces him back to the corner. Stan Lane holding Morton in the corner. And he moves. And Sweet Brown Sugar has just nailed his partner. Stan Lane. Now he's saying, hey, I'm sorry. Didn't intend it to happen that way. Rick Morton with the wrist lock. 7 minutes gone. 7 minutes gone in the first fall. Sugar landed on his feet. Drop kick, Rick Morton. Good move. I'll give it to him, Jimmy. Good move. No doubt about it. Rick Morton, boy, victim of the drop kick. Coco caught him with a good one.
I got it.
Ooh, Brown Sugar. Putting the pressure on that arm, Rick Morton. Oh, he threw him to the mat. 8 minutes gone. 8 minutes gone in the first fall. Remember, this is an expiration of time match. The Southern Tag Team Championship being decided right now. Eddie Gilbert takes the tag from his partner, Rick Morton. Right fist under the rib cage by Coco Ware's Sweet Brown Sugar. Sugar makes the tag. Stan Lane back in. They double team. Eddie Gilbert wraps up the left arm of Stan Lane. Putting the heat on. Stan. Ooh. Backbreaker across the knee. Lane suplexes him. Eddie Gilbert on the mat. In trouble. Tag made by Stan Lane. Sweet Brown Sugar off the rope. Brown Sugar with a clothesline. Eddie Gilbert on the mat. Rick Morton trying to say, come on, Eddie. Jimmy Hart just saw jumping around down there. He thinks they've got it won here. Sweet Brown Sugar puts him into the ropes. Eddie Gilbert flipped high in the air on a backdrop coming off of there. Sugar over to the corner. The tag on Stan Lane. 10 minutes gone. First fall. Ooh, he gets that foot high. Kicked him right in the back of the head.
Again, Dave.
Stan Lane with the feet. Eddie Gilbert being worked over. Lane picking him up. Head slam into the turnbuckle. Lane round behind, body scissors. Rolls the shoulders over. 2. Count of 2. Lane using the ropes for some extra leverage. Referee didn't see it. Eddie Gilbert able to roll the shoulders up at the 2 count anyway. Count of 2. And again, Eddie Gilbert able to stop it at the 2 count on his own. Able to get those shoulders up. Lane going for it again. This time, the referee saw the hands on the ropes. He stopped the count at 1. Lane makes the tag. Sweet Brown Sugar, Coco Ware coming back in. 11 minutes gone. 11 minutes. Sweet Brown Sugar. Look out, he's on the top rope. Oh, off the top rope, 3/4 of the way across the ring. He lands on Eddie Gilbert. 1. Rick Morton there to break it up. I thought he had him right there. Rick Morton able to get there and prevent the 3 count. Eddie struggling to reach the corner. Doesn't make it. Sweet Brown Sugar grabs it. Yeah, he's got something in his hand there, too. Referee's checking. Didn't find it. Head into the turnbuckle. Stan Lane grabs Eddie from outside. Snaps the neck on the top rope. Rick Morton trying to help out. Referee sends him back. Sweet Brown Sugar smacks Eddie Gilbert again. Down to the mat. 1. Well, referee, did he start the count? Doesn't matter. He didn't get a 3 count anyway. Tag made. Stan Lane back in. 12.5 minutes gone.
Well, let me tell you, the champions know they've been in a match. What a tremendous battle.
1, 2. 2 count.
Eddie kicked out again.
Boy, I tell you, that's at least the 4th or 5th time in a match he's done that. Able to prevent the pin. Sunset flip. 1, but Sweet Brown Sugar was there, and he nailed Eddie right in the top of the forehead. Eddie Gilbert battling Stan Lane. They're back on the ropes. Lane goes by. Eddie sets. Both of them hit the mat.
Watch Brown Sugar.
Yep. Referee trying to keep him back in the corner. He's down the apron here. He steps through the ring. Through the ropes. Nails Eddie Gilbert. in the back. Eddie gets the tag. Here's Rick Morton. Rick with a drop kick on Sweet Brown Sugar. Stan Lane whipped into the ropes. Oh, Lane held on, caught him with a foot. 1, 2, 3.
You get it?
He got it. Stan Lane saw an opening, took the opportunity, and gets the win in the first fall. A very long first fall. 13 minutes, 45 seconds. What a battle we saw on both sides. All right, back for second fall.
Yeah.
You know, Morton's lost without his daddy referee in the ring. He's lost without him. Look at it.
First fall went to the team of Stan Lane, Sweet Brown Sugar in 13:45. That's where we stand in the Southern Tag Title match.
Stan and Rick starting it out here. Lane and Rick Morton. And Rick comes out of that corner smoking. Referee Jerry Calhoun. There's a tag on Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert in, drops the elbow. Another tag on Rick Morton. Eddie and Rick held the Tri-State Tag Championship belts in addition to a short period where they held these very same Southern Tag Championship belts. Morton down with the upper arm on the shoulder of Stan Lane. There's a tag on Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert, knee lift. Holding on, Eddie Gilbert takes Stan Lane over and bars that arm up tight. Tag on Sweet Brown Sugar. Right down the middle of the ring is where he went. Tag on Rick. One fall up. Lane and Brown Sugar, most unusual. But we're delighted to have it. A multiple fall championship match, Davey. It's expiration of time, so the team with the most falls at the end of the expiration of time will be the winners and will thereby be the Southern Tag Champs. Around behind, in the air, right down on the knee. Tag. No, he didn't.
He's just looking for help there, I think.
Yeah, really.
Little consolation.
Sweet Brown Sugar goes over to receive some of that consoling from Stan Lane. That isn't going to help him too much with Rick Morton, though, who started this fall off, and boy, he really came out smoking. He was ready. Top wrist lock. Tag Eddie Gilbert. Eddie shortstops that right hand of Sweet Brown Sugars. Turns the arm over.
Three minutes into the second fall now.
Come on, Sue, baby.
Past the 3-minute mark in this second fall of action, and we still have time on the clock. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Bango! And nice leapfrog. Again by Eddie Gilbert. What a reversal! And Sweet Brown Sugar lights the dust. Eddie and Rick really need this one. And they need to do it in a reasonably short period of time if they can. Fireman's carry throw. Gilbert hanging right on, though. Comes right in behind on the arm bar. Good move. Stan Lane, give him credit. Oh, look at that. Nice move, Eddie Gilbert. Reversed it on him. Went in there. Gilbert with the arm in a hammer position. Stan Lane turned over with one shoulder down. The other one is not anywhere near being on the mat. Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane have the distinct advantage, Dave. They can not win this one and still win the match. That is to say, they can take the time all the way out, and they will, in fact, win the match. There's a tag on Sweet Brown Sugar.
Yeah, we haven't discussed a tie. Since it is, though, an expiration of time match, if it ends up one fall apiece, I would assume the tie goes to the champions. The belts are not going to change hands.
You got to take it away from them.
5-minute mark coming up right now. 5 minutes gone in the second fall.
Ooh, bear hug. Gilbert up on the shoulder of Sweet Brown Sugar, and he dumps him.
Rick Morton wants in the ring. Look at that power. Look at him right there. Come on, Morton. Look at you.
Stan Lane taking Eddie Gilbert over and does it hard. He may have him. Ah, nice. Eddie kicked out of it, wouldn't give it up. Stan from behind with that arm. He grabs the tights, pulls him into it as he slams him into the ropes, nails him again with a forearm. Tag on Sweet Brown Sugar. We're in the second fall of action. Brown Sugar and Lane are one fall up. Double drop kick. Most effective, boy. Referee gets Lane out of there, but Sweet Brown Sugar standing right over him, goes in behind that double drop kick. Body slam.
6 minutes. The end of the second fall. 6 minutes gone.
And again, off of it. Sweet Brown Sugar coming down. Didn't catch him clean. Over the top, and Eddie Gilbert banged down on it.
All right, you got it. Come on,
Count of one, but Gilbert kicks out.
you can do it. Finish him off. You can do it, baby. You can do it. Get it, baby.
Gilbert firing back. Has him covered. Got a one count out of it. Sweet Brown Sugar jumped in there. Stan Lane really belted. Eddie Gilbert trying to battle his way up off the mat.
We have just passed 7 minutes. 7 minutes gone in the second fall.
On Rick. Nice drop kick out of Rick Morton. Grabs that bang, Stan Lane. Beauty. Morton comes in behind him, pounding away on him. And Stan Lane put him over the top rope, and that's going to do it. Disqualification, Dave.
One fall apiece.
He didn't jump over it, put him right over it, and the referee disqualified him on it. All he did was call it the way it was. So there it is in the second fall of action. The fall goes to Gilbert and Morton, Dave, and because it is a multiple fall, that doesn't end it right there. We're going to check our time, find out how much time we have left, and we're going to be back with more action in just a moment.
Get fired up. We come here fired up, and we ready to fight. We want to fight champions. Where's the fighting champions? Not the Carnes. Tell me what he is.
I'm sure that when you put in enough time that you have the
We
match.
got two boys that's pretty capable up here. We're going to show y'all what it's all about right now, last us, since your fighting champions ain't out here.
The Midnight Express going against at a total weight of 412 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert, and from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. And we should explain for those that haven't seen the Midnight Express before, there are 3 of them. 2 of them will be wrestling, and Austin looks like will be outside in an advisor-manager role.
Bell time, and here we go. Yeah, Big Dennis Condrey, the biggest of the 3. Midnight Express starting out against Rick Morton.
Morton off the ropes. Good shoulder butt. He put Condrey down on the mat, followed with a headlock. Condrey rolled the shoulders down. Nice reversal by Dennis, but he couldn't make it stick. Rick Morton makes the tag, and here's Eddie Gilbert. Again, Condrey went for reversal. Pulling tights that time, referee Jerry Calhoun said, so he did not even begin the count. Morton takes the tag from Eddie Gilbert. Morton steps over. Condrey thought he had himself set. Rick took him to the mat. Morton Gilbert make a tag again.
Randy Rose complaining about something. Oh, now he's got something to complain about.
Eddie Gilbert let him have it when he was in the neighborhood there. Randy Rose starts through the rope. Referee Jerry sending him back out on the apron. Meanwhile, in the ring, Dennis Condrey goes for the head scissors. Didn't have much chance to set up on it too well, though. Eddie Gilbert. Randy Rose after the tag. Hey, whoa, out of the rope. Wow. Eddie Gilbert with the headlock over to the corner, makes the tag on Rick Morton. And Rick goes to work on Randy Rose.
Eddie, we're noting, Dave, still wearing under knee pads. He has that brace on that knee where he had the operation in there, but he seems to be getting by really good, moving well.
Already seen a couple of good moves from him there. Rick Morton got the headlock. It's Randy Rose on the mat. Whoa, got him. Rick takes him right back down, but Rose goes for the head scissors. Look at Rick. Counter and counter is what you're watching here. One wrestler trying to set the hold, the other one counters, and Rick Morton ends up with a headlock advantage. Tag on Eddie Gilbert. Yeah, I can see that brace right under the right knee pad.
Yeah.
We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. 2 minutes, 30 seconds gone.
Norvell Austin doing some really vocal cheerleading. Ooh, what a shot from Randy Rose.
Eddie Gilbert hanging back close to the ropes. Here's Randy Rose of the Midnight Express, but look at Eddie Gilbert. He let him have it with a couple of right hands. Makes the tag on Rick. Morton with a drop kick, and Randy Rose hits the mat. Rick immediately goes for the headlock. Backs him into the rope. Puts him across the backdrop. Rick Morton. Oh. Suplex by Randy Rose.
Hit hard on his shoulder, too, Dave. That's the way you separate those shoulders.
Condrey in there now. Against Rick Morton. 3.5 minutes gone. Oh, right in the small of the back. Randy Rose's knee as Condrey drove Rick Morton into the corner. Condrey with a forearm across the back. Body slam on Rick Morton. Dennis Condrey follows up. Lower leg. Cover. 1, 2 count. Rick Morton able to break it at that point. Condrey made the tag. He grabbed Rick, kept him out of the corner, away from the tag on it. Ooh,
beauty.
Randy Rose sits down on him. Over to the corner, the tag on Dennis Condrey. 4 minutes, 30 seconds into the action. 4.5 minutes gone. Rick through Condrey's legs, over to the corner. Here's Eddie Gilbert. Hey, with a drop kick. Oh, Norvell Austin grabs the ropes. Eddie fell through the ropes, down onto the floor.
Oh, man.
Austin rammed his head into the turnbuckle, or into the ring post. In the ring, Rick Morton trying to hold off Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey while Eddie is down here on the floor. There he is. Austin ran him right into that ring post.
He sure did. Slammed him right into that ring post, Dave. Referee Jerry Calhoun was in the process, as you said, of trying to keep Rick and Randy Rose separated.
Eddie climbing back up to the apron, grabbed by Condrey by the hair, and pulled into the ring.
He's still seeing those stars. He is not back with it yet. Eddie out on his feet. Yeah, his head looks like it was busted open when he hit that ring post.
Condrey tagging Rose. Rose up on the ropes. Body slam by Condrey on Eddie Gilbert. Rose leaps across the ring, and he got him with that right hand. Rose with the body slam. Goes for the rope.
Rose looks like he's working on the cut that was opened up on that ring post.
Eddie grabbed by Dennis Condrey. Well, Austin's happy, dancing around the corner down here. Condrey with the right hand. Eddie trying to fight back, but really in no shape to do it.
Condrey just pounded on him. He really just slams him down. Eddie a mess.
We're coming up on the 7-minute mark, and Eddie Gilbert in trouble here. Oh.
I would point out they haven't been able to pin him yet, though, as Eddie Gilbert is still fighting back, but he is getting progressively worse.
He's headed for the corner. Rick trying to help out, but Eddie can't make it. Condrey grabs him. 7.5 minutes gone. We're halfway through it. Time limit is 15. 7.5 gone. Eddie Gilbert starting for the corner. Can't find the corner. Leading from the fourth. Ricky in there. He nails Condrey, but off the ropes comes Randy Rose. Eddie swinging at the air.
There's pure instinct right now because he is some kind of a mess.
All right. Tommy, his dad, comes in, throws in a towel. Tommy Gilbert has thrown in a towel. It's going to be it.
Referee Jerry Calhoun stopping the match at the request of Eddie's dad, who came in and pitched a towel in there. Eddie just was, boy. It's going to be a win for the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Trying to help Eddie back to the dressing room in there. Oh, here's Tommy. Yeah.
I'd just like to say one thing, man. I don't usually butt into Eddie's business because this is a competitive sport. But this, they've got no business. Man, they wouldn't even try to pin him at all. Why didn't they try to put his shoulders down? They had him hurt.
Just kept beating him.
I'm not saying whether it's Eddie because he's man. I'm talking about Rick or anybody else. They got no business. Geeks like this has got no business in this profession. I'll guarantee you.
Let me tell you one thing. What you doing out here? You weren't signed in that match. What you doing out here, man? What business have you got dipping into the Midnight Express's business?
Hey, brother, I'll dip anywhere I want to whenever there's somebody like this that's concerned where it's part of me, brother.
You got a mama's baby, I see at you. A mama's baby. You got to pat him on the back all the time.
Mama's baby.
I'll tell you what, if you bad.
I'll tell you what.
If you bad.
He's as much of a damn man as anybody else around here.
If you bad, won't you sign a match? Take your punk kid and sign a contract against me and my men. If you bad, I'll take you. We bad. It ain't nobody bad like us. It ain't nobody bad like us. Because we go. We fuck all the way out. We fuck it. Yeah. Blood and guts, baby. Blood and guts.
I'd ask you one question. I wonder, like Tommy, why they didn't make an effort to pin him when they had him in there. They just kept pounding on him and pounding. Eddie Marlin
to see that we don't have any more of a confrontation than we did have in there.
Okay, so yeah, the Southern tag match will come up later in the
Lance,
yes.
please, can I take time out here just a minute and say something? You know, Jimmy's been through a lot here lately. This is a man, this is a guiding light to me. He has done everything in the world for me. He guided me to the international heavyweight title, and to show my loyalty to the family, Jimmy, I'd like to present this to you on television in front of all the audience. Thank you.
Wow.
Please take this from the deepest of my heart, please.
You can tell the fans are really impressed in there as Jimmy carrying around his neck brace here on his arm.
His neck, he went through a lot for me, you know, getting pounded his neck almost out of wrestling. I think,
You better open it. I can't open the thing.
I think, there we go, we got it. I think you're going to like this, Jimmy. It's beautiful. I want you to look at the back.
Let's see what it is.
Look at the back
That's
of
a
it.
jacket, and on the back.
First family victory tour, Lance.
I'm going to put it on.
Oh.
Put it on now, baby.
You're going to put it on right now so we can see it. Eddie Gilbert, appreciation of prize to Jimmy Hart. Well, everybody is duly impressed.
Okay, Lance, you know, now I want to talk about something, say something. Something today disturbs me already coming out here. Dutch Mantell, you must think that all these people are stupid. Now, we're talking about intelligent people watching this show. Now, I know, just like Jimmy, I know you know, and Lance, if you really think about it, you know. Last night, while Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantell were together down in their motel room down here somewhere, one of these $10 rooms, drinking their quart of milk and eating bologna and crackers, old Tommy probably sat back with the big hangover and said, "Oh, Dutch, I wish I could figure out some way where we wouldn't have to show up tomorrow and defend those belts and lose them against the Nightmares." And Dutch says, "Oh, man, maybe we could come up with something where you overslept, Tommy, or maybe we can come up with you had card trouble or something like that, because you know what, Dutch Mantell, you're nothing but a yellow belly, long-haired, all over your body, egg-sucking dog jerk." That's exactly what you are, because he comes from a long line of jerks, because back in 1896 down in Oil Trough, Texas, people don't know it, but they had to hang his grandpa Mantell for horse thieving down there. See, a lot of people don't know him. So what I want to say is now, Dutch is here today, right? Dutch Mantell is here today. Tommy Rich is here today. So why don't Dutch come out here and put that international heavyweight title on the line against me today and show what kind of man he is, but he won't do it because he's a coward, and I know he's a coward, and he won't come out here, show the jacket, show the... See, he's got... Where's he at? He's not here. Like I said, they had to hang his grandpa. I don't know whatever happened to his pa, Mantell.
Don't listen to all this stuff.
I want him to come out here. Come here. I want you to come out here because I want to see you come. No, wait, no.
Your face, you big, mucky breath-looking dog. Hey, I'll call him anything I want to, Hart. And I'm not a coward. You got a big mouth and you know how to run it. And you better watch your big fat lip, Gilbert.
All right, Dutch.
Listen, Mantell, I know you're a coward, and I'll prove one thing to you. I know you're a coward so much. I know there's nothing I can do that'll make you put that towel on, because that's...
Come on, Eddie. Hey, you're just asking for trouble and trying to get it. Why don't you wait till Eddie books it the way you should?
Put that towel up, Gilbert. I want you to put it up. I'm going to tell you one thing.
Yeah.
You can slap me, you can hit me, but I've signed to put a Southern Tag Team match in there, and I can't put both of them up today. But I tell you what I can do, Gilbert.
But you don't ever slap me like that, because I'm not a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward because you won't put the belt on like that.
Hey, get these guys out of here. Come on, Hart. Get these guys out of here. New generation coming out. Thank you, Johnny. You'll get yours, Dutch. You'll get your opportunity with him. You notice they love that 3-on-1, then 4-on-1. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Gilbert really fits in.
rushes in after Dutch. Dutch zips out of the way, and Gilbert slams a shoulder into the ring post. Gilbert popped over in the center of the ring. Count of 1. There's the 5-minute call. Right shoulder comes up. I gotta tell you, I think, Randy, the longer it goes, the more it favors Dutch because of Dutch's superior weight advantage on Eddie Gilbert. A lot of times that is not an advantage when a guy isn't in shape, but you know as well as I do, the Dutchman is always in shape.
All-time tough guy, Dutch Mantell, no doubt. He's ready. He's been out of the single title picture for, what, almost a year now. He is ready, I can guarantee that.
Well, he of course, is going to be out for the title, but I'll tell you one thing. I have been surprised that Gilbert, by one method or another, has been able to keep the title as long as he has, Randy.
Agree with you. Both of them down now, Lance. Gilbert been a tough champion. What an exciting match this is.
Better believe, and I'll tell you, the pace has not let up. This may be the longest they haven't been at each other's throats since the bell sounded some 6.5 minutes ago, and now the Dutchman has him. Pumps Gilbert in the middle, covers him up 1, 2, and then he kicks out. Gilbert snap rolled right over and down, and another 2 count, but the right shoulder, no problem, he gets it up. Crowd hollering at the referee. Good legitimate 2 count. Gilbert had no problem getting the right shoulder up. The Dutch draining what strength Gilbert may have left. That's not to indicate that Gilbert is washed up and through by any means. He's a long way from it. He's the younger of the 2 in the ring, and Gilbert is also one who believes in staying in shape. Hanging on to the side headlock down on the mat as once again the referee counts out 2. Eddie Gilbert, while his head is being pressed and the ears are getting hot and the blood feels like it's coming right out of the head. Whoa, he bent over for a backdrop and Dutch held on and kicked him. Look at here. Atomic knee, and Gilbert's down. He's too close to the ropes. He'll never get him. He kicked out. He didn't use the ropes. Once again, snap mare and down for a 2 count, and the right shoulder is up. Gilbert. He's dodged the bullet on 5 occasions as Dutch has really gone after that pin. That's what you call pressure, Randy, when he just keeps going and you've got to watch it all the time. You go to sleep a second, you've lost the title.
That's true. The thing with Dutch is that he sticks with you all the way, and he more than anybody else will stick with one hold the whole match. You notice him use an arm bar for 5 straight minutes. What a super wrestling machine Dutch Mantell is.
I don't know whether the people remembered or not, Randy, but before the match, Dutch was talking to you and I, and he said, I'll tell you one thing, if he starts that slugging and violating the rules, brother, he's got the wrong man to do it with.
That's one thing about Dutch. You know, you think of him, we always say the toughest guy, the tough guy image. He can wrestle, but the thing that he's known for, he can duke it up with the best of them.
That's why they call him Dirty Dutch, and he's got him down now on a side headlock. Absolutely legitimate hold. Gilbert and the Dutchman tangled in what has been an excellent championship match thus far. Look at that. That's what we were talking about. They're trading licks in the ring right now. Oh, Gilbert, a super move. Give him his credit. You hate to, as smart aleck as he's been. But, boy, I'll tell you, he popped a side suplex on Dutch that crammed him right down on his neck. Gilbert pulls out of the ring, grabs a leg of the Dutchman, slams that leg around the ring post, And as we come up on the 10-minute mark, Gilbert may have changed the tide of this battle with that one very quick move he pulled on Mantell. Hart coming on. Hart's a little too confident. Of course, Jimmy always is. Greatest day of his life, whatever happens. Dutch Mantell being worked over by Eddie Gilbert down off of the floor. Now back in the ring. Gilbert going for the leg. He heard it on the ring post first, then slammed it over the ring apron. Hooks it around the bottom rope. The referee will go for the great count. He does it. Gilbert broke for a second. I thought that was somebody coming to ask for an autograph from you, Jimmy. One of the spectators, which is not a good idea. Getting a little too close to the action there. All that can do is lead you a trip to the pokey. Eddie Gilbert going after that ring rope standard. Now, I couldn't really see what he did with it, but you can bet he wasn't over there to inspect how it was made. Mantell roughed up down on the concrete floor. The Dutchman really had it going, I gotta tell you. And Gilbert, give him credit, he pulled a super move with that side suplex on Dutch. And Gilbert back slugging away as the referee trying to get him up in the ring. They're trading licks. Dutch rolled back into the ring. Gilbert, who is none too steady on his feet himself. Yeah, Gilbert still going after the leg. Just counted off the eyes of Dutch Mantell. He was gouging away. Now goes back to the work on the leg. Going for that figure 4 leg lock. He's got it. Dutchman may give it up right here. Boy, he hurt his leg, and now he knows how to finish it. Mantell enduring. Referee's asking him. The Dutchman says, no, sir. He grabs the ropes. That may get him out of it. It does. Referee counting for a break. Gilbert uses the extra seconds to continue to punish that leg of Mantell. Boy, Dutch grabbing for those ropes, and that saved him in this challenge. He's still alive, and that international title, look at here. Minutes in. Mantell up with a gimpy leg, and he puts the fist to Gilbert, who goes over the top rope, but Dutch didn't throw him over it. And now Dutch follows it up. The champion being roughed up by the Dutchman. In the ring. Dutch Mantell follows it up. Jimmy Hart knocked down off the ring. Eddie Gilbert has he's got his feet on the rope. And the referee calls it 14-24. The winner is Eddie Gilbert. Dutch Mantell is hot. The winner and still the international heavyweight champion, Eddie Gilbert, in 14-24. The crowd really griping because Gilbert used the rope as he stole the fall on Mantell, but he keeps the title. Now Jimmy Hart is up there complaining about Mantell hitting him. Sure, he got up on the ring apron. What do you expect? And yeah, they were on the ropes right over here on the side. Referee Paul Morton. Restart, Randy. That's what the referee's calling for. One, two, three on the restart. Gilbert was arguing with the referee. The referee restarted the match. Oh, boy, Dutch just slammed down. He is the new international champion. In 1449, the aggregate total, as Dutch Mantell is being slaughtered in the middle of the ring by Gilbert. And here comes Wildfire Tommy Rich. Gilbert leaves with a title. He is not the champion. The winner and the new international champion. As the referee restarted the bout, Gilbert was arguing with him. Dutch came in behind, rolled him up for a 3 count, and wins the title. We've always been a little in awe, not only of his attire, but for his gymnastic athletic ability in the ring. And I'm talking about Sir Lanny Poffo. Lanny, big things in store for Sir Lanny.
Well, thank you very much, Lance. No, I'm not here to apologize for anything I've done past, present, or future. Because in professional wrestling, the winners make more than the losers. The winners drive the Cadillacs. The loser has to sleep in the park, and anything I do is to win a match. But it seems to me that last week on your championship wrestling program, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert wrestles Johnny Wilhoit. And Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert could have beaten him once, twice, 3 times during the first 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. But what does he do instead? He attacks an already weak point. And right now, where is Johnny Wilhoit? He has torn quadricep muscles, and it's very possible that he may not wrestle for several months. Now, this is not our sport. Our sport is pure science, professional wrestling. This is not what we are in for, to maim, to humiliate, to brutalize. No, I do not condone such action. Now, I don't need an excuse to go after the international belt. No, I don't. I can challenge it because wrestling thrives on competition. However, let me add a little spice. Eddie Gilbert, since you are so vehement, so adamant in your attack on injuring people's legs, why don't you come after Sir Lanny Poffo? I have no championship. The only thing I wear is the armor. I stand for chivalry. I stand for honesty, humility, charity, fidelity, diligence. Lance Russell, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert will rue the day that he saw fit to seek power by riding the back of the tiger. Lance, I am saying to you right now, and this is a very serious warning to Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Now today, I happen to be wrestling Keith Robertson, and I'm going to try to defeat him. I'm not going to hurt, brutalize, or humiliate the man, because that is not our sport. I'm after the winner's purse, and that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, right in the middle of the ring. That's what I'm here for. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, you keep your eye on me because I am coming for your international belt.
Okay, there he is, Sir Lanny Poffo. Most interesting gentleman, to say the least, Dave. Let's get ready for this match. He's got a tough chore cut out for him today with Robertson in there.
This is going to be 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, at 252 pounds, Keith. Wait a minute. Here is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Wait just a second, Dave. Yeah. We just, get it all done right now.
You know, what did he have to say about me? I never could understand that. You know, the 10 man's out here and talking about me hurting people. Well, Lanny Poffo, I want him to look at me here. I want him to understand this. Lanny Poffo, you've got your chance right now, because what I'm going to do is we don't have to wait till we get to an arena. to have a match for the international belt. What I'm going to do as a little present to everybody watching today and to you, Lance and Dave, I'm going to put the international belt up right now on TV against Sir Lanny Poffo right here. Now, you notice I've got a $150 pair of pants on, but I don't think that I'm going to have to take these off because I don't think they're going to get scuffed. So
now, you mean to tell me you're going to put this belt on the line right now against Sir Lanny Poffo?
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to beat him. I'm going to hurt him, and he's going to be laying in the hospital with Johnny Wilhoit. They're going to be little roommates there for a while.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're all for it, Dave. I think if Eddie Marlin is
Keith Robertson said he'd be more than happy to step down because, after all, he may be in the family one day too, baby.
Well, if it's okay with Eddie, is it going to be okay? Hey, I would much rather see it. Now, officially, he's saying he's putting the belt on the line. All right, Jimmy Hart. I'm stunned at Hart agreeing to this since they had a very bad experience with the Nightmares doing this right here on Championship Wrestling. Gilbert is not even in his wrestling attire.
No.
He's in boots, black leather pants, and Poffo going after him.
Eddie Gilbert can wrestle with anything on, anytime, any place, anywhere. He is a champion, baby.
We've got the belt over here, Jim. I just want to remind everybody it's on the line.
And I'm keeping an eye on it, too, around you. But like I said before, you know, everybody's out here blowing off a lot of hot air. Now there's a chance to back it up in the ring right now, baby.
Look at that Poffo move. Eddie, who gives away a little weight most of the time that he's defending this international belt, is doing so today. And through the benevolence of the First Family, we're getting an international title match right here with Poffo. Count of one. Oh! He caught him with those boots, the heels, and pumped him right upside the head.
You know what it is? The leather pants and boots he's got on is throwing the Eddie off a little bit right now because the pants are awful tight. If he had his regular wrestling stuff here, this wouldn't even happen. I promise you that.
Oh, okay.
I thought he could wrestle in anything a minute ago.
That's what he said. He could wrestle in anything. He is, but not very successfully, although Hot Stuff laying the shoulder to Poffo in that corner, and the referee saying, get him out. Poffo out of the way as Gilbert impales himself over there on a turnbuckle. Eddie Gilbert staggering back in the center of the ring.
Eddie is ripping the shirt off now. A little more freedom of movement. Sir Lanny Poffo wanting more action here. The international title on the line. Eddie Gilbert says, yes, sir, he's putting the title up.
You're ready now, baby. The shirt's on.
They got the shirt off, and Jimmy says now he's ready. We'll find out.
Whoa. Both of them hit the mat as they run together.
Gilbert on the floor, Poffo down in the center of the ring. He caught it right in the chops.
Eddie being helped back up on the apron by Jimmy Hart. He's still on the apron. Sir Lanny Poffo, whoa, they'll try to flip him in the ring, but Eddie flips Poffo out over the top rope, down onto the floor. Eddie Gilbert with a reversal, and Poffo down on the floor. Look out. Gilbert picking him up, slams him on the floor.
Well, the action is on the floor and not in the ring. The referee comes out to get Gilbert back in the ring, and Hot Stuff pops up through the ropes. Now he's outside again. Ooh. Boy, and I would point out again, Dave, he's got on boots, not wrestling attire.
He planted the heel of that cowboy boot, that street boot.
He ain't leaping too much now, is he, Russell? Huh?
Field him right out on his floor and slam Lanny Poffo. Sir Lanny
In trouble is Eddie Gilbert, who has surprised us on several title defenses, coming on strong.
Just like I said, Eddie Gilbert can wrestle with anything on boots, leather pants, tights, you name it. He can do it all, baby. Hot stuff.
Popo fired back in the ring by Gilbert after preventing him from getting in the ring.
4.5 minutes gone.
Oh, stiff right hand from Gilbert. He covers him up. 1, 2. Not enough by a long shot as Popo kicks his way out.
Popo really taking a beating here in the last couple of minutes from Eddie Gilbert. Ooh, head into the top turnbuckle, and he hits, bounce, hangs in the rope.
Eddie Gilbert again stomping with those boots right on Sir Lanny Popo.
Whoa, Lanny reaching for Jimmy Hart outside. Look out, here's Eddie.
Hart taunting him, and Gilbert now right down on the chair, much like the atomic knee, but he used the chair to drop Lanny to jam that lower spine. Gilbert's been on a roll here the last couple of minutes with Popo.
Body slam by Eddie.
Missed the elbow. Lanny got out of the way.
Lanny saw him climbing the ropes. Now look out. Some of that speed may come into play here by Lanny Popo.
Body slam, and Gilbert has Popo. Look at that. There's that backflip off the second rope. He covers him while the referee argues with Jimmy Hart. Lanny comes over grabbing at Hart, and Gilbert gets him from behind, wheels him over the top rope, pulls himself back up right into the referee, and Calhoun is down on the outside. Look at that. Gilbert's down. He's got him with a bridge. But Hart comes in, jams that cane right in the midsection. Eddie Gilbert going after Popo after Hart turned it around. Figure 4 leg lock. Trying to get the referee up now is Hart.
You know what happened to Will White? You know why he's not here, baby? Because of what Eddie Gilbert.
Here comes Randy Savage into the ring.
Take a $1,000 fine for outside interference right now, baby. We were going to break his leg. You understand?
And Savage coming into his brother's help. He fires Gilbert outside the rope. It's going to be a disqualification. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dave. Disqualification on Lanny Popo. As Randy Savage saw his brother in serious trouble after Hart had piled that cane into his midsection. Had a figure 4 leg lock.
He was trying to hurt his leg, no doubt about it. As Randy Savage came in to help out. 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at 206 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, with his manager Jimmy Hart, Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert. Going against him at 232 pounds from Montreal, Canada, the national heavyweight champion, Ron Garvin. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, Ronnie Garvin, the national heavyweight champion, moving out against the fellow that's known as Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert is an extremely proficient competitor, no question about that. But he is going up against the national heavyweight champion, Ronnie Garvin. Garvin circles this man and very quickly bowls Gilbert into the ring ropes, and that forces the break. Referee Calhoun asking for the break. They lock up collar and elbow once again. Again, the referee steps in between them as they were into the ring ropes. Gilbert tried for a ankle sweep, and it was a quick back out by Ronnie Garvin. Garvin again stalks his man. Once again, collar and elbow. And into the turnbuckle. This time it's Ronnie Garvin. Irish whip, and then Gilbert reversing on him, and Garvin chest first into that turnbuckle. So Gilbert showing that he's got some great reversal qualities. Duck under, go behind, lateral drop and takedown by. And look at this man Gilbert try and slip away from him. Got to give Gilbert a lot of credit. He is a slippery individual in that ring. For the national heavyweight champion, Ronnie Garvin's going to have his hands full, no question about it. Gilbert, of course, a champion in his own right, and it's Gilbert now. Had the hammerlock momentarily on Garvin, and again, the referee steps between them as they were into the ring ropes. Gilbert getting some quick advice from his manager, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Jr. at ringside with Jimmy Hart. Gilbert now with a side headlock on Ronnie Garvin. Off the ropes, Garvin caught with a shoulder smash, dropped in the canvas. This time as Garvin tried to set him, and it was Gilbert leapfrogging and came down, and as he has got a leg problem, no question about that. Gilbert, Gilbert utilized that.
How'd you like that, Gordon Soley? Huh? How'd you like that, huh?
Well.
Did we trick him into that, or did we?
Gilbert feigning an injury and then taking full advantage of Ronnie Garvin. Garvin trying to shake those cobwebs loose. And Garvin in trouble as Gilbert feinted him out beautifully. Garvin, dazed, staggered, backs up into that turnbuckle. Gilbert driving the shoulder into the abdominal wall of Ronnie Garvin. Gilbert has Garvin in trouble, no question about it. The national heavyweight champion. Snapmare and a lateral press, but Garvin powers out. And so Ronnie Garvin, the man with the hands of stone, has suddenly found that he has been put on the disadvantaged side of this match by the trickery of one Fast Eddie Gilbert. And Fast Eddie is hot stuff himself. Indeed deserves that title. I can't tell at this point in time. It looks like he does indeed have a sleeper hold, a Japanese sleeper on Ronnie Garvin, and Garvin has got to be lapsing into unconsciousness at this point in time. And so, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Now Gilbert riding that back, and Garvin. That caused him to relinquish part of that sleeper, and so Garvin has that blood flow going back to the head once again and jams Gilbert back into the turnbuckle. And Garvin seems to have regained his clarity of senses now, and Garvin now with a side headlock on hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Good shoulder smash by Garvin coming off the rope. Garvin catches him once again. Gilbert's got himself a lot of problems now as Ronnie Garvin is beginning to turn the tide of this battle. It's Garvin, the national heavyweight champion, catching him a chop into the throat. And Lance, it appears to me that Mr. Gilbert, who had a good start going and almost an upset going, that situation seems to be reversed.
It certainly does now, because Garvin, who is indeed one rugged guy, he's got, Jimmy, stop complaining, will you? He's around here, and that's where you get it from the entire First family. Complain. Part of that distraction tactic. Nothing is distracting Ronnie Garvin right now.
Garvin, lateral drop and takedown on hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Keeps him on the mat. He's got a pinning combination going, but Gilbert was able to slide away before the count. And Gilbert connects with a hard right hand to the side of the jaw of Ronnie Garvin and dazes him, takes him back into the far turnbuckle. Referee Calhoun separating him, and it's Garvin's head smashed into the turnbuckle again. So it's the percussions to the head that have been taking their toll on Ronnie Garvin, and it all began when hot stuff Mr. Gilbert, lateral drop by Gilbert now into a pinning combination. Garvin again powers out. But it has been Gilbert going to the head that has been most effective for him. And it is Garvin stalking his man, moves back in, collar and elbow this time.
Ooh, could you hear it?
All the way across the room, I'll tell you what. Garvin now. Semi-press. And again, Gilbert able to get that shoulder off. He's in a definite predicament here.
With the attitude that Hot Stuff has had of recent, I tell you, it's hard for me to give him anything. But Gordon, this son of a gun, is a tough little wrestler. He learned it very well from his father, all of the basics. He's got plenty of speed, and he's a sneaky devil to try to pin, too. Very tough.
No question about it. In fact, I was thinking earlier that Slippery Eddie might be a pretty good name for him.
You got it.
Once again, Gilbert comes to his feet. As Lance just said, he is a second-generation competitor. Good move.
Nice sweep. Garvin takes it.
Garvin tried to stop himself from there and got himself tied up in those ring ropes, and it's Gilbert taking quick advantage. It's Gilbert pounding away with that right hand, finally being forced to break by the referee, but he has taken his toll on Ronnie Garvin, and it is still Garvin tied in those ropes. And you'll notice Jimmy Hart right there at ringside, the referee Calhoun, trying to separate those ropes and get Garvin out of those ropes, and it is Jimmy Hart clamping down once again. And so Gilbert continues to press full advantage here. Garvin's arms have been freed. Irish whip off the ropes, and Gilbert catches him the back of the elbow under the chin of Ronnie Garvin. And things do not look good for the national heavyweight champion.
Gilbert, another surprise, because I tell you, just very honestly, I would have said in my own heart, I felt Ronnie Garvin was the favorite, flying off that turnbuckle.
Got him in the side of the rib cage, and that was high up. Again, it is Garvin able to power out, and now watch Gilbert. As Gilbert comes down, it's Ronnie Garvin rolling to one side. And where Gilbert was feigning injury before, brother, he's facing it now. A single-leg Boston Crab by Ronnie Garvin. Single-leg Boston Crab. Wait a minute.
That's all.
Referee calling with a bell as Gilbert is disqualified, and Garvin out there battling two men at once now. It appears six are going here. Garvin in a lot of trouble as they continue to ring the bell. Garvin caught as there's triple teaming on him. Wait a second. Jerry the King Lawler and others come charging into the ring, and so they beat a hasty retreat. The winner via disqualification, the national heavyweight champion, Ronnie Garvin.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He had that half crab on him right there, and Hart knew that he was in difficulty, and as so often happens, rather than take a loss in the middle of the ring by submission, in comes Phil Hickerson, another of the family members, and jumps in there. The win goes to Garvin, and it will go down in the books as a disqualification, but I'm certain he would have loved to have heard Hot Stuff say, "I give it up, I give it up."
And I have a hunch he would have, too, and we'll be back in just a minute.
In the event that Lawler wins and regains the Southern Heavyweight title, Jimmy Hart will leave the territory for 1 year, will make no attempt to return under a mask or any other way. And by the same token, if Gilbert retains the title, Jerry Lawler has agreed he will leave his hometown and will not return or make an attempt within 1 year. The big surprise, whoa, the flying press put Lawler down, two, and he kicked out. He almost had him. But boy, oh boy, it's hard to believe, but you're looking at it right here, right now. And Gilbert firing away, nailing Lawler hard. Lawler right back, going for a pile driver. He drove him down. Gilbert escapes, gets out of the ring. If he hadn't have gotten out of the ring when he did, Lawler would have it over with right now. Whoa, boy, look at Gilbert. Jerry catches him with a foot as he came in. top turnbuckle. Gilbert down into the timer's table. His manager right over with him, trying to help him back up to the ring. That may do it. Gilbert rolling under the ropes. Boy, I'll tell you, what a lot of savvy this young fella has picked up in the short time he's been a pro wrestler. Over the top rope. Lawler put him on the floor. Suplex. Lawler pounds Gilbert to the mat. Covers him up. 1, 2, but he gets out of there before the 2 count got cold. Eddie Gilbert, who has publicly proclaimed the fact that he is the new king. All of his life, he's dreamed of taking Lawler's place, as he said, as Lawler, there's that cane. He grabbed that cane, jabbed it in Lawler's midsection, broke it over his back. 2, and Lawler saves it with a... Woo, he pounded him hard. Gilbert coming off. Lawler's down, 2, and just barely saved himself. Lawler with his shoulders flat on the canvas. Gilbert trying to finish him off. Comes down with both feet right in the midsection. He was on the second turnbuckle. Buried him in the midsection with both feet. Eddie Gilbert going for the suplex. Pops Lawler down. Kind of 1, 2. Bulldog by Gilbert. He really drove him into the canvas. Moves that left shoulder up. Gilbert shows signs of weariness. He's having trouble holding Lawler down. Lawler pounded down, and once again, Gilbert grabs part of that broken cane. Tommy up on the ring apron, and Gilbert jabs Lawler right in the throat with it. And Eddie stinging Lawler hard. Boy, he really put him down. Woo! Lawler just keeps coming back up after him. Eddie Gilbert stomping Lawler's head. In the air, body slam. Gilbert goes to the second rope. Flies down over Lawler for another. He got a 2 count, and that's all. Pulls the table up, brings Lawler out of the ring, and slams Jerry Wild right into that table. Gilbert's pulled it all out. He grabs a mic stand. They're out here on the floor. Gilbert's tried everything, but he hadn't been able to get a pin on him. Referee running Tommy H., the lookalike. Jerry still under his own power. With the table on Lawler, Gilbert jumps on top of it. 21 minutes in. Jerry back to his feet. There's that strap of Lawler snapped down, and he really tags Gilbert hard. Jerry, a good running start, nails him again, but stumbles into the ropes. Swings so hard, he loses his own balance. Lawler again puts Gilbert down, staggers around the ring. Lawler going for a pile driver, got low bridged by Eddie Gilbert. Lawler down, Gilbert down. Gilbert's glassy-eyed almost. Eddie Gilbert staggering to the turnbuckles. He's going to try to finish Lawler off. Jerry coming up off the floor, nails Gilbert. Climbs up on the ropes with him. Lawler grabbing him. Suplex from the second rope. Gilbert down, prostrate. Lawler going to the turnbuckles. Tommy H. trips him off that top rope. Lawler down. 27 minutes, right at the 28-minute mark. They're both stretched out. Gilbert turning it over. He's on his knee. Lawler goes down. Gilbert falls across him. Gotta count him. Lawler's shoulders are down. 2. He rolls Gilbert up. 2, 3. Got it. Jimmy Hart is gone. And 28 seconds, and one that will not be forgotten. It'll go down in history. Jerry Lawler not only regains the Southern belt, but sends Jimmy Hart packing for 1 year.
Okay, we're going to be seeing the King in action, brand new wrestler we haven't had on Championship Wrestling. Joe Lightfoot from Quebec will be in here, and some other action. We said we were going to give him some time. We had maybe a question or two we wanted to ask him. Here is the former international heavyweight title holder, Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert.
Well, what a dead crowd we have here. The young people are so stupid. But, you know, Lance, you see what I have in my hand here, right?
Oh, I see it. It's the Jerry Lawler book, The Crowning of the King.
That's right. You know, earlier this week, I picked this book up, and, you know, boy, it surprised me. I'm really impressed by the King, you know. First of all, usually when people have great careers and they're great professionals, they usually do have a book written about them. And so that has really sparked something in my mind today. It has really brought me to this point that I think this show today is going to be dull anyway because of wrestling. You know, with some of the people you got in here like Lawler anyway. But what I want to do is call this show a little different today. I want to entitle it something else. What I want to call this today, will you hold this book here just a second? What I like to call this is Jerry Lawler, This Is Your Life.
Oh,
that's right.
Come on, Eddie. What is this?
That's right. Don't you think this would be great? See, don't you remember Ralph Edwards with This Is Your Life?
Certainly I remember
See,
the program.
I expect when people have great careers that they should look back sometimes, just like in this book here. You should look back over your careers. But we got to have our honored guest out here. We've got to have Jerry Lawler out here. Is there any way you can get him out here? Because
no, I don't think there's any way I can get him out here. But, oh, you want to lay that up there? If we got a staple gun, and we might be able to put that up on the set.
I kind of feel like Mr. Rogers here a little bit.
Yeah, you
can I borrow it? Okay, since this is my part now, This Is Your Life, Jerry Lawler, could we please, can somebody say...
have an interview, not the whole
Oh, that's
show.
okay, Lance. I know you'd like to break anyway. Is there any way to get Jerry Lawler out here? Could somebody check, please? Because I can't do this without the King out here. Hey, look, and I promise, this is legit. This is on the up and up. There will be nothing going on out here, Lance. You know me. I wouldn't lie to you.
Who you got waiting to jump
Nobody's here. I promise. Check behind the curtains. Come on, King. Come on. Eddie Gilbert's not going to bother you. Come on out here. Come on out here. There he is. Lance, you hold on this minute. Let me plug this up here.
Yeah, I figure that Jerry can take care of himself, but he is well aware of the fact you're the one that called him out here for all this stuff.
King, I don't know if you heard me. I was just telling Lance and all your great people here in Memphis and around the area and everywhere that I'm really impressed with this book about you. I'm really impressed with you because you are the king of wrestling. And I think that we should call this Is Your Life. And I think we should look back at your great career. So, is this all right with you?
I'll tell you what's all right with me, Gilbert. I just thought I'd come out here and watch you make a complete fool out of yourself. And when I get through...
Yours today. This is your day, Jerry.
Yeah, I know. You can't make a fool out of yourself. God already beat you to it. But let me just say this. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to listen for a few minutes, but remember, this show is all about wrestling, brother, and when I get through listening to you run that little mouth of yours, I'm going to put my fist right in it. You understand that?
Well, I can understand you're probably a little upset. You probably don't trust me, but I'll put your mind at ease.
Why.
Okay, as we look back into Jerry Lawler's great career, that the first man that really dawns on me, and well, don't let me say any more. I want to see if you can recognize this voice, Jerry.
All right now, Eddie.
Jerry Lawler's big man on campus. You know, they... No, I'm not.
Hey, you know this is Jim White, your very first tag team partner, Lawler.
You know, we were team. And he went on and he became the big champion, big man. And a lot of people say that, you know, I just became an old drunk. And I do drink a little, but you know, I'm gonna make a comeback. I can make a single. I can, you know, I can be a champion just like Jerry can. Listen, well, it's his day and he ought to have it.
That's right, Lawler. Jim White, your very first tag team partner, a man that you cast aside, that you put out to pasture because you, Lawler, you want to go on your own to the top to be the Southern Heavyweight Champion, right? Well, I'm right, I know. Well, yeah, okay. Well, as I look back again, another man, looking through your book there, that I realized that is a very good part of your career was, well, he's not here today, and we couldn't even get him here today. But we do have something on it I want you to take a look at. If you can look at the monitor.
Eddie, this... Hey, that's it. The referee was knocked down too. Sam Bass in the ring with Jerry Lawler.
That's right, Lawler. Sam Bass.
Marvelous.
A man that molded your career, that started you off on the right road to be the king of wrestling. But what happened to Sam Bass? Oh, well, like everything else, you wanted to be the king. You wanted to be the head honcho. So Sam Bass was busy carrying your bags for you into the arenas and carrying them on the road with him, that you, being the man that you were, wanted to fly to all the matches. And on that fateful night, that summer night in 1976, the night that you decided to fly to the match, poor old Sam Bass had to drive. But he never made it home that night, Lawler.
That's not...
Yes, he met his doom.
Eddie,
and he's not here today. He's not here today because Sam Bass is in a grave. Because you, Lawler, you put him there.
Are you done now?
No, I'm not. I still have yet more people. See, I spent a lot of money this week. I have more people. And see, I want you to recognize another voice because you were wanting to go for the Southern Heavyweight title. Laura and Lance, both of you, I want you to listen to this voice very clearly.
Do you know, I don't really remember too much about the match. I do remember that I was a wrestling upcoming star, I'll have to say that. And I was wrestling at that time for my Southern Championship. One thing that I do remember is that I got a glimpse of Lawler pulling something out of his trunks. And later I was told, after I come to in the dressing room, that it was a chain that he used. And then I understood that he was the champion then. Then I didn't have my belt anymore. Jerry Lawler was the Southern Heavyweight Champion.
That's right, Lawler. That man, if you'll step out here, is my dad, Tommy Gilbert. The man you pulled a chain out and started your reign as a Southern Heavyweight title, right, Dad?
Lawler, I guess that made you feel awful big, didn't it? Then you was a Southern champion, wasn't you?
Oh, what a terrible, terrible way to win a title. Oh, now, as we step on up in history again, another man that you wind up using and abusing along your treacherous ways was, well, see if you can recognize this voice.
You told me I was going to be a star. You brought me you found me down in Philadelphia, Mississippi, plowing a mule. Well, you told a lie. I've never been to Philadelphia, Mississippi. I'm not from Philadelphia, Mississippi.
If we could get this man out here, please. Playboy Frazier. Step up here, Playboy. Another man, Lawler, another man. Is it true that you're from Philadelphia, Mississippi?
No, I'm not from Philadelphia, Mississippi. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Lawler, another man that you took and just made a fool out of in front of everybody.
You're making a fool out of yourself and trying to make one out of all these people with all this garbage.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The next man, Lawler, he wasn't able to be here either. But we do have some footage of him, I think, that you should listen to and watch on the monitor.
Apologize for all the wrestling I've ever done, all the abuse I've ever given to people that didn't understand what I was doing. And
Lawler grabs him straight up. Lawler with a pile driver. Only the second move by Lawler, and bang goes Kaufman. He's going to give it to him again. He figures he's already lost it. Trying to get the big guy loose from the rope, and look at Lawler go to work on him. He picks Andy up. He's going to suplex him. Hey, here comes Lawler. Andy Kaufman sitting down at the ringside. Lawler coming in. Kaufman, hey! Lawler got the fire right at him. The assassin.
Oh. Boy, sometimes I really can't believe you. There was a man, a poor little sickly comedian, Lawler, not even a wrestler, that you took him night after night, dropped him on his head so you could get national attention, so you could get national exposure. Yeah, Lawler, you. And where's Andy Kaufman today? He's in the grave also, because probably those pile drivers you gave him caused that cancer that he died of, Lawler. That's true. No, Lance. No, Lance. Excuse me. Let's get back over here. This is your life. And so far, I know you must have chill bumps all over your body. Probably you kind of feel probably like Scrooge in the Ghost of the Past, right? But anyway, we have yet another man that I've gone to great trouble to get here today. And if I can, please, if you'll listen very closely to this man.
Oh, man, Lawler, I wouldn't miss this for anything in the world. I'm the man who guided you to the top of your career, baby. You were down and out, baby, scumming around this town, baby. Hadn't even won a match in 6 months. And what did you do? You called the greatest man in the world today. That's right, Jimmy Hart, baby. And what did I do for you? I won you the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt. Then you won the CWA Championship belt. And, baby, you were in line. We had a shoe-in for the NWA title. But no, Jerry Lawler wanted to do everything by himself. He wanted to be in music. What did Jimmy Hart do for him? I took the worst voice in the history of music, Jerry Lawler's voice, and make him into where he sounded halfway decent, baby. So you had your gold records. You had everything, baby, just like Jimmy Hart had. And what did you do to me, baby? You tried to drop me like a bad habit, brother. Well, baby, it's like Eddie Gilbert said, man. There's a lot of people waiting for you to fall, King, baby. Like I said, there's a lot of people.
That's right, Jerry Lawler. The man that started you out. The greatest manager in the world today, Jimmy Hart. Right, Jimmy?
You better believe it, baby. You're finished, man. There's a lot of people waiting for you to fall, King. I want you to realize that. A lot of people, just like the kid said here, baby. Just like he said.
That's right, Lawler. I want you to think now. I want you to look at all these guests I had here today. I hope you remember all that footage you saw, all the people from Jim White, Sam Bass, Tommy Gilbert, Playboy Frazier, Andy Kaufman, and Jimmy Hart. Now, Lawler, what this all boils down to is all these men that you've seen, and probably a lot of more, have watched you sit at the top now. It's probably very lonely up there, isn't it? But now they're wanting to watch you as you fall, brother. And see, that's where I come in, because I'm in the position now to where I'm going to be the man to put you at the bottom. Where's my book? Lawler, here's your book, and this is your life, and I hope you've been very, very proud of it.
I hope you're through with it. That's all I can say. Finally, after taking up that and carrying on and telling your side of it, your version of it in there. Obviously, everything he did, Jerry, is slanted by Eddie Gilbert in the way he wanted it to appear and come across that way. And I'm sorry it came out that way, but I didn't expect any more out of it.
No, you know, I don't exactly know what I should say or what to say at a time like this. You know, he has all this footage of Sam and Andy Kaufman and things like that. Eddie Gilbert, as I said, and I almost hate to say this, Lance, but he almost reminds me of myself when I was, you know, like him, a young, cocky punk trying to come up who thought that I could take on anything and everybody. And I remember at the time here was Jackie Fargo on the top of the heap at that time, and I couldn't wait till I got my hands on Jackie Fargo. And I think Eddie Gilbert's probably looking at the same situation now with me.
Yep.
Well, all I can tell Eddie Gilbert is, if he thinks that he's going to come in here and knock me off the top of the heap, brother, you've got your hands full, and I'm ready anytime you want.
Well, maybe we can get back into the ring here with action. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up on the 6-minute mark as Lawler goes to work on him, Rod.
That's strapped down. Lawler pouring the rights to him. Another big right to the jaw of Tommy Rich. Lawler got him into the middle of the ring. Down Tommy Rich goes. Here's Dunn. It's Dunn Gilbert. Lawler changing the hands with Gilbert. The match is over. Lawler's won by disqualification. Now they're double teaming Jerry Lawler. Tommy comes over and rams him right in the back. Now they're stomping Jerry Lawler.
Lawler being jumped by Doug Gilbert. Get those glasses, would you, the stiff glasses?
Boy, that's something you don't want to ever do.
He jumped in. The referee, Frank Morrell, is now down on the floor. Lawler being picked up again by Wildfire Tommy Rich.
to a discussion of the situation that took place, and he is here with his brother, Doug the Hitman Gilbert, with Missy Hyatt, and Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert is here with us. Eddie, out of the clear blue, you jump in and get involved in a Jerry Lawler match with no apparent reason whatsoever, and it was one that stunned everybody that was in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis and saw it.
Maybe it was for you, Lance Russell. Maybe it was for all the people that was in the Mid-South Coliseum. Maybe it's a shocking thing to everyone out there right now watching the CWA wrestling program to see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt, and Doug Gilbert all together. What I like to dwell on here and explain to everybody, when I was a little boy growing up, first of all, and I'm not trying to make Jerry the King Lawler sound old, when I was growing up, Jerry Lawler just happened to be my idol. I'd always want to grow up and be just like Jerry the King Lawler. And as I was growing up, and more that I got older, and the more and more it got closer and time came for me to be a professional wrestler, well, then I started realizing for me to be the king like Jerry Lawler, I'd have to beat the king. Well, in 1984, I had a little change of heart. I decided to go against the fans, and I went against them, and I became the international heavyweight champion in this area. And then, in 1985, I finally climbed that ladder to the top to finally have to wrestle the king of the area, Jerry Lawler. Well, in a very important match in this area, Jerry Lawler, with the help of all the referees and all the fans, did something to me that I've never forgotten. In 3 years' time, Lance Russell, I've had to live with this. I've had to lay awake at nights, not being able to sleep, the pain, the agony of defeat from Jerry the King Lawler. Something that you just can't wipe out. Because, see, Jerry Lawler came in this area. He knocked the top man off Jackie Fargo. Well, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert came into the area to do the same thing that Jerry the King Lawler was, knock him off the top and become the new king of this area. Well, it got ruined in the meantime. Well, it took a little planning, and it took a little time. But see what happened, Lance, while I've been gone. I've done a lot of things. I've got a Rolex watch, yeah. I've got a diamond ring. I've got the greatest lady in the world with all the money, Missy Hyatt, the most beautiful girl in the whole world. And now my brother started in professional wrestling. And I've got friends. And finally, after 3 years' time, it took 3 years, but the time finally came. You know the old saying, good things come to those that wait. And it finally did in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, let's let the rest of the folks around the area know exactly what those good things were. I'd like for you to see a match. It was between Jerry Lawler and Tommy Wildfire Rich, in which Eddie Gilbert became involved. Take a look.
Lawler's in. Eddie Gilbert gloms Alan Reynolds, who was trying to... Eddie Marlin jumped by Tommy Rich. Lawler trying to fight his way back. Kicks Eddie Gilbert in the ring. In the midsection, Eddie throws the fire right in Lawler's face. What a wild, uncontrolled action. I hope we're still on the air with all the fighting going on. Lawler just got burned.
Well, it may be a satisfying one to Eddie Gilbert, but certainly not a pretty sight to a lot of people who saw it, I can tell you that. Okay, temporarily you got Jerry Lawler out of action, but what have you gained out of it?
Well, is that right, Lance? Temporarily. Well, see, another thing when I was growing up watching Jerry the King Lawler wrestle is I used to notice him throwing fire a lot of times. Well, something that I had learned. See, Jerry Lawler, I know everything about you. See, Lance, I want you to remember this. Everything that you've ever seen Jerry Lawler do, Eddie Gilbert can do, and a lot better. Now, the satisfaction that I've gotten out of this, and all the people that turn up your televisions right now, get that camera in here close because I want to let everyone know the satisfaction. Lawler, I want you to feel the disgrace. I want you to feel the humility. I want you to feel the pain, the agony. No, I hadn't defeated you yet. You've been burnt. You've been hurt. That eye is hurting you right now. You don't know whether you're going to be able to see clear anymore. But you remember, I want you to be able to come back. That's right, Lance. I want him to be able to come back. I want him to be able to become the CWA heavyweight champion again. Because, Lawler, that's when I want you. I want you at your best. I want you to be the top dog. I want you to wear that crown to the ring for all your people. I want you to be the king of wrestling when you step in the ring with me, because my mission is not over. It's not done. I'm back in this area for a reason, and only one reason, and it is to defeat you, Jerry the King Lawler. You're the only person that I want. And you can bring, I know, Lance, he's got all these friends like Robert Gibson and maybe Jeff Jarrett or people like that that, you can send those people, or maybe they'll just do it on their own. Maybe they'll just get Eddie Marlin in with the contract. Well, that's fine. You come, because I've got my family with me now, and it's going to be hard to get close to Hot Stuff.
Well, sooner or later, you know it's going to have to be one-on-one, not the whole family, not everybody gathered in there.
I want him one-on-one.
Okay, well, you've heard it all from Eddie Gilbert. We'll see the rest of the story. Coming out now, the guy who was the perpetrator of the entire thing, Eddie Gilbert. I talked to Eddie Gilbert prior to the program, heard all the reasons, all the excuses, all of the things about why he comes up and burns Jerry Lawler like that.
Oh, you know what? Last week I made a comment on the Jerry Lawler show about Dave, and I said something about that he had blonde hair and that I should be in his shoes, being the color commentator. Well, there's two things that was wrong. He's got gray hair, and it might be not too long. He'll probably kick the bucket, and I'll take his place anyway. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great. That's really not what we're out here to talk about. I want to talk to Eddie Gilbert again about this situation that developed in there. You deliberately, there was no
wait a minute.
question.
Let me go ahead and ask the questions for you. You want to know, just like all the stinking people in this area want to know, why would Eddie Gilbert go off and do such a thing to our king? Well, Lance Russell, I want you to know, just like I've already told you once, I'm sick and tired of people like the Jarretts, like the Marlins, like the Jerry Calhouns, and like you, Lance Russell, and you, Dave Brown, that stick behind the so-called king of wrestling. Well, 3 years ago, this young man right here said that he was going to take over and be the king of wrestling, and take Jerry Lawler's place. But Jerry Lawler had something else in mind, and that didn't happen, Lance. And maybe it was just because, maybe, I was a little younger then. Maybe I didn't know what I was doing. Well, it took me 3 long years of wondering what to do to come up with the right plan. Well, Lawler, I'm back. And you know it. And so do you, Lance Russell. And you can't stand out here and tell me that I can't throw fire, that I can't burn your precious king. Well, how many weeks, how many times, how many people has he pulled fire out and burnt in any coliseum throughout this area? And you people over here and everybody watching stand behind him and cheering. Well, I don't like him. I don't like you. I hate this stinking place. And the only reason why I'm back is because this time I am going to take over. I am going to be the successor, and nobody has ever burnt the king.
Yeah, and you never thought about saying, well, let's have a match, Jerry Lawler and Eddie Gilbert, and find out who's the
Oh, yeah, look at you. It's a little personal with you, isn't it, Lance? See how you're firing back at me? Oh, yeah, it's a little personal. You're a friend, Jerry Lawler. Let's go ahead and say it. You're a friend, Jerry Lawler. Let's go ahead and say we're pals. Jerry Lawler, I hope you're at home in your bandages, because you're stinking, no good coward. You couldn't see the day. You couldn't see the day. Why don't you come to TV now? Why don't you see if you can beat Eddie Gilbert anytime? Because, see, boy, that was just the beginning, Lance. I'm sick and tired because ever since I've been here, a lot of people have been scared of Eddie Gilbert. A lot of people have been afraid, oh, he might take Jerry Lawler's place. Well, this time, I am. And believe me, you can put that in your little pocket, brother.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. You said one thing I'll agree with. It's just the beginning. It's not over with.
Yeah, go ahead and stick up for him. Go ahead and stick up for him.
I never said that he wasn't. He's a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah, you're a good friend. You eat dinner together all the time.
On him to burn Chicago down in there, and you end up putting a guy, and you say, why isn't he here? You know why.
Yeah, and I hope he never comes back, and it's up to me, he'll never be back.
Yeah, well, he'll be back.
He's a stinking coward, yellow coward.
I don't need to hear any more out of it. Eddie Gilbert. Yeah, there's a problem with it. I'll tell you what the problem is. You didn't handle it like somebody who's supposed to be big. You're trying to get famous over burning.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about famous just a minute. Let's talk about what Jerry Lawler's done to be famous. Oh, he can go out and cut a record. Oh, he can hurt a sickly comedian, Eddie Kaufman. Oh, but when Eddie Gilbert comes in and burns Jerry Lawler, everything's hunky-dory. Yeah. I don't think it's hunky-dory. I think what I did was very well conceived. I think everybody should look up to me. And one other thing I want everybody to know. Don't hop on this bandwagon now, because I don't need you. I never will, people. I'm by myself, and I got my lady.
Yeah, I know you also brought your entire family in here. Why don't you just leave? We don't need any more of it. We got a match coming up here. What do you mean you're not leaving? We're done. Hey,
The interview is terminated. That's it. Bring the mat. We'll take all the correct answers, and we will then be reading the answer in a couple of weeks to you. Okay, Dave? Oh, boy, I'm telling you.
Oh, I know it. Well, in the ring right now, it is Nightmare Ken Wayne out of Memphis, Tennessee, going against Lexington, Tennessee's Eddie Gilbert. Missy Hyatt is in Eddie's corner, and his brother, Doug Gilbert, is also over there.
I didn't even see him come out.
I didn't either. He kind of slipped out there.
He's not a manager.
Yeah, he shouldn't be here at all. I mean, come on. Well, he's here nonetheless. Eddie Gilbert out of the ring. Missy Hyatt and Doug consoling him just a bit. Ken Wayne acted like he was going to come right out of there in the middle of them after him. Eddie Gilbert back through the ropes into the ring. A couple of great competitors in there. In a way, I'm very sorry that we got Doug and Missy out there, because that diverts Ken Wayne's attention to at least a certain degree.
2 second-generation wrestlers, too. Missy Hyatt reaching up, grabbing the leg of Ken Wayne again. She believes she broke a nail. Did you hear that? Standing side headlock, Ken Wayne on Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert takes him loose, but takes a big shoulder. Wayne knocks him down. And right back into that standing side headlock.
Mr. Gilbert thought he had it going his way. He turned around, and who was waiting for him? Ken Wayne, and he still got him in the headlock. Oh. Eddie dropped him back, but Ken Wayne still ends up with a hold. 2 minutes, 10 seconds gone in this match. 10 minutes, the overall time limit.
As a matter of fact, Dave, if we'll jog our memories back, this is a rematch from about 5 years ago. Remember with Dwayne?
That's right.
That's right. Buddy Wayne and Ken against Tommy Gilbert and Eddie Gilbert.
You're exactly right.
I'd forgotten all about that.
A couple of kids who were just coming into the wrestling business. Now here they are. Wrestling is a single this time. But they've been around a while.
And forgetting everything else of Eddie Gilbert's nature and whatever, both of them learned the trade well, because they're both excellent wrestlers. Ken Wayne fought by Missy Hyatt right at ringside. She tripped him up, and Eddie Gilbert takes advantage of it, stomping away on Ken Wayne. It was Missy Hyatt who put her hand out and grabbed the leg, no doubt about it.
She tripped him up.
Eddie Gilbert picks him up by the hair of the head. Big suplex, snaps Ken Wayne over and down. There's a cover.
No way he's going to make it stick yet. Ken Wayne still with a lot of fight. Oh, he hooks that leg. Prevents Eddie from picking him up. Reverses, and it's Eddie Gilbert who gets smashed on the mat.
Missy Hyatt watching at ringside. Ken Wayne better be watching that if he ever has occasion to get close to that rope over there. Big drop kick from Ken. A dandy. A cover. One. Eddie Gilbert rolls the right shoulder up.
Ken Wayne back after him in the corner. Look out. It comes out. Dives through the rope after Doug, Eddie's brother, and now goes looking for Missy, who has tripped him up already in the match. Missy looks for the security guards, and Eddie, meanwhile, comes off the top ropes down on across the back of the neck of Ken Wayne.
Well, that's the advantage that...
Stop the match,
oh,
did he say?
Yeah, he said stop it.
All right, the referee has stopped it.
Okay.
Come on, Eddie. He
Eddie,
stopped the match. The match is all over with.
Eddie Gilbert with a body slam on Ken down here on the floor, but Ken moved out of the way, and now Eddie Gilbert has just rammed his hand into the floor. Match stopped by the referee. He just stopped them when they got out on the floor. All right, look out. Eddie Gilbert shoving the referee. They're back in the ring. This time it's 2 against 1, though. Doug and Eddie. Ken Wade in there against both of them. And Ken gets out of the ring, and I thought he was going to head for the dressing room. He doesn't, but he's out of the ring anyway. Wise move right now, Ken, is to head for the dressing room. They are upset. They did not get a victory. Eddie did not get a victory. It was a stopped match. The referee stopped it when they were down on the floor.
Yeah, I saw.
He ran all the way out the building.
Yeah, sure, he ran from 2 of you, Eddie. Don't forget to add that in there. But he's got that infectious laugh, and they greet him that way. And now, the introduction of Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert, and his valet, Missy Hyatt. Dundee off with his jacket, and Hot Stuff off with his, as we are about raw. Isn't that touching, Danny?
That's ridiculous. In front of 12,200 fans, and there goes Dundee. He doesn't need to see that. Let's get this match started.
Boy, and that's exactly what he's telling him, too. Boy, look at him go right after. And the referee says, ring the bell. We're underway with a backdrop. Dundee starts it out, and Gilbert gets off to a slow start as Dundee backdropped him right out of the ring, Danny.
He sure did. He's continuing to punch him all over outside. Gilbert crashing in practically into the stands now. I'll tell you, Lance, these two. Oh, here comes Dundee going after Missy right in front of us. Oh, my. She's going to go run behind Eddie now.
Dundee going half the distance of the ring, and at the end of it was a stunning right hand. Knocked Gilbert down. He picked him up, slammed him right into the ring post, continues to drive him on the metal railing, protecting the fans from the wrestlers or vice versa. Comes in from behind with a reverse face lock, and Dundee is doing all his fighting on the floor, Danny.
He sure is. He'll do it anywhere in this building, Lance. I'll tell you, though, with these two, this Missy Hyatt pulling Dundee by his hair right off. She doesn't want to do that.
No, let me tell you, she doesn't know Dundee very well. Dundee will slug her just as soon as look at her. He has no compunctions whatsoever. He does not like women in wrestling, and he sure doesn't like them messing in his match.
That's for sure, Lance, and I'll tell you, Gilbert going to work on Dundee outside. These two, they're both great scientific wrestlers. They can have a great scientific match, but they both can brawl equally as well. So this match could be anything, I'll tell you, Lance.
Well, we've seen a lot of the brawling. Whether we'll ever get around to the scientific wrestling, I don't know. But Eddie Gilbert has turned the tide. Dundee, it was all Dundee at the beginning, but Gilbert rips him and finally takes a warning from the referee, and he comes strutting back in the ring as Dundee, up from the concrete, receives another pasting from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Hey. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is the best wrestler in the world. You better talk nice about it.
Missy Hyatt over here grabbing Broadway Danny by the tie, jerked him out of the chair, and that shows you what kind of lady she is.
You can use that word very loosely, and lady. Now, you know what? Now I really want to see Dundee slug her and knock her out. Boy, I'd love to see that right now.
Don't go away. It could happen. But right now, Dundee better keep his mind on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, who's drilled him once, twice, and almost got a 3 count on him. But the little Aussie is a tough one to try to keep down. I can tell you that for a fact and past history on it. Gilbert with a reverse face lock on Dundee. Billy slips it around a side headlock, goes up top with a wrist lock, but the hand is quicker than the referee as Gilbert grabbed the hair, jerked Dundee right off his feet, and Billy now back in that reverse chin lock.
Dylan, he's holding them in pretty good. I'll tell you, I hate to say this every week, Lance, but again, the other Gilberts are in the building. And it's just, you never know when they can come running down the aisle and cause all sorts of interference. Something you got to keep, I'm sure it's in the back of Dundee's mind.
Yeah, Billy has one that's been in a number of street fights in his past young days in Australia. Slips in behind Eddie Gilbert with a sleeper hold, but Eddie wisely rushed into the ropes and caught Billy over the top rope right under the chin as Dundee just breaks the 2 count. Bill Dundee has his head slammed deep down on the mat, and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert pounds on him with that foot. FNN Score Match of the Week coming to you from a jam-packed Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, watching the superstar Bill Dundee, who just took a shot and delivers one right back to hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. They're exchanging right hands in there now.
These two are going at it like crazy right here. Dundee pounding away, and Eddie Gilbert about to fall. Should be any second. There he goes. Dundee in control right now. Gonna make a wish here for Gilbert. Crowd approval, and the crowd is approving. Oh.
Little low bridge shot by Dundee, and not too many of the people felt too bad about it going to the hot stuff. Gilbert, a foot in the midsection, stops Bill down on the concrete, and now Missy giving him a little tongue lashing over there as Eddie Gilbert, who had taken a pounding, slumps down to the knees and looks to be like he is hobbling back to the ring. The referee gets him inside the ring and will start to count on Dundee. He has a 10 count. CWA highlight action coming to you on FNN Score Match of the Week. Broadway Danny Wolf and Lance Russell at ringside with plenty of brawl type going as Dundee missed the left as he was falling. He was still swinging, Danny.
He sure was. Dundee will go down fighting the whole way. Eddie Gilbert trying to get him up in a pile driver right here. Oh, and Dundee reverses it. Dumps Gilbert right on his back. And I'll tell you, if Missy wants to keep interfering, Dundee will chase her around the ring as many times they want to go. She better take her high heels off and put on a pair of running shoes. Dundee right now teeing off on Gilbert. Oh, knocks him off his feet. Dundee going up to the top of the ropes. Comes double axe handle right on the back of Gilbert's head.
And now you see the tough little Aussie, what he's made of. You got to beat him. He's not going to give it to you. Slams hot stuff Eddie Gilbert down off of a clothesline. Follows him down to the concrete as Gilbert was trying to get away from the action. And Dundee stays right on top of him. Billy booming with a right hand. Gilbert climbs back up on the apron. Dundee on the apron. And the fight is outside the rope still. Right on the apron. Eddie backdrops Dundee. Uh-oh. Eddie Gilbert is counted out on the 10 count. Dundee was back in the ring. He will be the winner at 6 minutes, 51 seconds on our Score Match of the Week. The winner, Bill Dundee.
I don't think either of them heard the bell. They don't think it's over. Missy coming into the ring right now. Dundee better look up. She's coming. No! Took out some salt and threw it right in Dundee's face. The bell's been ringing now for about 30 seconds.
The official time was 6:51, but as far as the Gilberts are concerned, it's not over with. Dundee dropped down hard by hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. After Missy had powdered him in the eyes, and Gilbert's not through, here comes Missy through the rope. She slaps Dundee. Just simply a matter of trying to humiliate him, although Gilbert lost the match 6:51. He was counted out. Dundee was the winner.
Thank the fans. And right now, I had told you a little bit earlier, I'm going to put this prominently right in the middle, Dave. There, I don't want that thing to get lost for a fact. We're going to check in on the King, and Dave, if you can do a saw shoe or something,
okay.
Let me see if I can get him on
the phone. So get the telephones going here. All right, yeah, the King, of course, recovering from that burn when Eddie Gilbert threw the fire. I hear a dial tone somewhere. So, yeah. I think that says error, doesn't it? Something like that. All right. Get them all going here. Anyway, we want to check with the King. The beard had to come off and all of that sort of thing with the burn after that fireball that Eddie Gilbert threw at Lawler. So he hadn't been here for a couple of weeks, and sounds like telephone's ringing.
Yeah, we got this is live television.
That's right.
Hello, Lance.
Yeah.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes.
How you doing, partner? We had promised the folks we want to get a little update today and check in and see how the King's going. It's been a couple of weeks now since Eddie Gilbert pulled that notorious move of his as he grabbed that ball of fire and threw it right in your face. And boy, I'll tell you, that was an incident that I know that I don't have to tell you how shocking it was, because you were on the receiving end of it. But we haven't had an update, and I did want to get one from you. How you doing now, Jerry?
Well, I'm doing a lot better, of course, than I was when you in that particular video that I'm watching there.
Yeah.
I am at home right now watching the show, Lance, and I want to congratulate you on your award that you were just presented there.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to say, that I appreciate the concern from the fans. I've had a lot of people calling, checking on me and everything, and I'm sure that Eddie Gilbert thought that he had done the King in. I've been, watching him. He's calling himself, what, the Legend Slayer now?
Yeah, he's going around right here. He is the Legend Slayer,
Well, I got a little news for Eddie Gilbert. This is one legend that he hasn't seen you, and he's going to be.
Uh-oh, wait a minute, Jerry. Here he's coming out here right now. Come on, Eddie.
Hello, Jerry Lawler. This is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and you're exactly right. I'm walking around saying I'm a Legend Slayer. And why don't you quit feeding all these people bull that you're letting the doctors keep you back? Why don't you just go ahead and say that I'm the new king around here? You're a coward. Even I burnt you so bad your own family can't recognize you, and that's the reason why you haven't come back to wrestling here.
Well, Gilbert, there's an old saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and I'm looking at you right now on the screen, a couple of little mice out there. Get your playing done, because I can assure you I will be back, and when I get back, all of your playing is going to come to us.
Oh, well, hold just a second. See, that's real good of you. You're always lying to the people. You're supposed to be their king, their hero, but you're always lying. Why don't you go ahead and admit for the first time in your life that you're out of action, you can't return, nobody can touch me down. I put you out, I put Bill Dundee out, I'm going to put Steve Kern out, and you're gone. You're out of wrestling for good, Lawler. Just admit it right now.
I'm not admitting anything to you, Gilbert. The only thing that I'll admit is when I get my hands on you, I promise you, I'm going to do something to you that has never been done to anybody before. I'm going to put you, and this is a promise from me to you before I'm through, I'm going to put you completely out of wrestling, and you...
Well, I think this phone call's been terminated. I don't need to talk to you anymore, Lawler. You shouldn't have been here and called anyway. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're a real charmer. You're a real charmer.
What?
The invitation wasn't for you to come out here and get involved.
It does not matter. Just once again, you've shown just how partial you are towards Jerry Lawler. You come out here and you want to call him and see how well he is. Why don't you ask me how I'm doing today? Well, I'm doing great being the new king of wrestling. And I realize I've got a match coming up here right now, right, with Alan Reynolds or somebody like that.
You need to be. You need to be in the ring.
Well, Jerry Lawler is such a used-to-be legend, ex-legend around this area. And I understand that he holds the record for the quickest win on this television right here.
Well, the probability is that he holds that on a lot of other records.
Well, I've said it before. I know Jerry Lawler better than anybody else. I know he's had the quickest win, and you tell me how fast it was.
I don't remember how fast. It wasn't very long.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, wait, what about you, Dave? You're the one who always keeps up with the times around here. You know how fast the win was. How fast? I bet you do.
I do know how fast it was. 22 seconds.
22 seconds.
Yep.
22 seconds?
Yeah.
Well, just to show you how much better I am than your king, I'll go in here, and I'll make this the quickest win. You get your little stopwatch right there, Dave Brown and Lance Russell, and we'll just see how fast
Okay, well, you've opened your big mouth, and now we'll just let you get in the ring, and we'll take a look at the action as it takes place in there, David.
All right, well, we'll do that. Introducing from Arkansas. let me get the time going here since he's going for the record. Here we go. That's Alan Reynolds. Wow.
What did he hit?
I don't know. One punch. He had to have something in his hand there. I wonder what he hit him with.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's going to know. I know he's going to be asking about the time on the thing. Yeah.
What's the time?
Yeah, what'd you hit him with?
Come on, tell everybody here, tell everybody watching there. What was the time, Dave Brown?
It was 11 seconds.
11 seconds, right?
Yeah. I want to know what you hit the man with.
That right there. A good right. I hit him so hard with my right, he was begging for my left, Lance. Steve Curran is a person I think we want to talk about next.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the legend slayer around here. Lawler's gone forever. Dundee's gone forever. And now Steve Curran is the next victim now. And I know he may just go 11 seconds, too, when I wrestle him.
Well, you're talking about Steve Curran. You think maybe you're going to get Curran in 11 seconds? Well, just let me remind the folks of this. This will not be the first time this coming match that you've got with Curran that you faced him.
That's right.
I've got a little I've got a little videotape, and you didn't exactly look like Superman in the match. Let's take a look at it right now. Curran trying to get out from the cable wrapped around his neck, slugged by Eddie Gilbert. Now we're loose as Eddie Gilbert goes right on top of Curran on the metal railing. The bout has been officially stopped by the referee at the count of 10, both of them outside. And Curran fires back, slams Eddie Gilbert. They go back out into the crowd. Gilbert and Curran heading back. In the concrete out in the back, Curran and Gilbert in a wild Donnybrook. Remember, it started out with Gilbert trying to shake hands and forget the whole thing. Here comes Randy Hales, Alan Reynolds. Yeah, well, I noticed that Steve Curran was still swinging.
What you noticed is, Lance Russell, that Steve Curran was running from me, trying to get out of that building that night. I had to tackle him, put him down on the ground. I beat him senseless. He knows I'm the better man. I'm the true fabulous one. I'm the true king. I'm the true superstar of this area, and nobody can touch me now. All I'm going to know is where the title match is now, since I'm the head nacho man up on top of the roost now. Nobody can touch me. Steve Curran, this time, you're going to be wrestling the real king of wrestling.
Okay, well, you just tell that to Steve Curran. You'll be facing him face to face, so you just come around and tell that to him. We'll take time out. We've got more action coming up in just a moment. Well, we got a match.
You know, Lance, now you brought up a very good point here. You're bringing up family here, right?
Yeah.
Talking about myself and Doug and Missy.
Yeah, you're always, never one of you. There's always two.
You're always bringing up family. Well, I think everybody in this area knows, and I see the man standing right over here behind this camera that said he's going to come out here and do commentary with you, Jerry. Well, first of all, I like to talk to him, and I want to tell you, I can't believe we're talking about family here. Everybody knows that Eddie Marlin is your father-in-law. It's a big family situation right here. Hey, when I talk to
Hey, that's ancient history. Come on, Eddie.
I want to talk to him, Eddie. He left his poor old crippled, decrepit father-in-law get in the ring with my dad. He can't even walk the ring.
Which doesn't happen to be any of your business. Yeah, well, you talk to him on your own time. We've got a match coming. Leave him alone.
Why don't he come on out here?
He is not out here to be involved in it. Will you get your hands off and quit this stuff?
I just want to talk to the man. I can't believe. Come here just a minute. I want to see who I'm talking to, man to man when I talk to it. I came back here. Everybody knows that you and everybody else protect Jerry Lawler, and then you let your father-in-law go in the ring, and you have to surround him with people, your own son. You let the poor guy go in the ring against a guy like my dad who tear him apart. I can't believe you're that heartless, that cold, and that cruel.
Why don't you put a cork on it? We didn't invite you out here to try to argue.
I don't care if I get an invitation now. I come out here when I want to. I can't believe this man is standing back and letting him go against Eddie Marlin. Your father is too old to wrestle anyway.
Eddie takes care of himself. He doesn't have to have anybody sticking up for him or anything else.
Oh, no, he's Mr. Big Shot around here. He lives up on his big mansion in Harrisonville, Tennessee. He don't care if any of his family gets hurt. He doesn't care if his son gets hurt. Right. He don't care about his father-in-law.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I'm not the matchmaker. If I was, Eddie Marlin wouldn't be wrestling because I like him too much. I wouldn't have him in the ring. And I don't have anything to do with the matchmaking. And while you're talking about people, senior citizens wrestling, why don't you retire your daddy?
Yeah. Hey, come on. Get him. Come on, you guys. Come on, son. Really feeling your oath. Yeah, I don't know why you're feeling all that good today.
All right, so I see you got our Mr. Matchmaker. Now, why don't you go ahead? I saw at the start of the show you didn't really. Everybody tells my compadre Randy Hells. Everybody should know that he's taking Eddie Marlin's place now. Jerry's doing the matchmaking around here. Oh, you're such a good guy, Randy Hells.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed today, he's put together such a good wrestling card for today, by the way. I've noticed on here, I don't see Jerry the King Lawler wrestling today.
No, he is not scheduled today.
It's real funny to me, Lance Russell, for the past 15 years on this television, Jerry Lawler has capitalized and come out here and ran the show. He's been here every week upon week. He's always been here, but ever since Hot Stuff arrived in the area, I haven't seen Jerry Lawler live in person here yet. Where's he at?
It's his own business. He will have his own reason for not being here, and we'll leave it at that.
I'll just go ahead. I see you. Once again, you're being partial. Once again, you don't want to tell the people.
No, I just simply said it's his business. It doesn't happen to be your business.
That's how it is my business, because I got a lot to do with the reason why he's not here. See, people sitting at home, Jerry Lawler is not here today after the beating and the pounding he took last week from me.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
No.
He's sitting at home.
One, he proved he was coming back, and you said he wasn't going to be back here. Two, you had a whale of a match, and let me tell you, I can see the scars right now remaining from Jerry the King Lawler.
Are those glasses clear? Did you see the same match I saw that I was in?
Yeah,
the one where Jerry Lawler was down begging, please don't hurt me. The one the referee was wanting to stop the match, and the people were crying, please stop the match. The King's hurt. Oh, and he was begging. I tell you what, I almost felt sorry for him.
Yeah, I know you.
Because he beat my poor fist horribly with his head so bad it was terrible. I was, oh, Lawler, please don't do that anymore. I felt so sorry for him for a little while, and then I said, nope. I'm not going to feel sorry for you, Jerry Lawler. You brought it upon yourself. I told you I was a new king. You've got to realize, just like Larry Holmes, the great world boxing heavyweight champion, you were great in your time, but this is my time.
Well, wait a minute. You want to go ahead and make that kind of a story and try to make people... I believe that I can get a tape queued up of that match. We've got one in the house.
Hold it. No. Stop back there. It specifically states in my contract that you or nobody else can show any tape of mine without my permission written down.
Well, you want to tell such a big story? Let's take a look at the tape.
No. You cannot show that. I'll sue this place and take everything it's worth right now. It's in my contract. Just take my word for it, people. I beat that poor king, if you want to call him that, around the building so bad, I proved I'm the king of wrestling. If he was the king of wrestling, he would be here right now. But I'm here. He ain't got the guts to be here. He's a coward. And I have finally proved my story is correct and true.
Well, you've got a match in the ring, so let's stop talking.
What's the fastest time again? Didn't I set that record right?
Yeah, you set the record at 16 seconds. I know. Okay. Eddie Gilbert going to the ring. Okay, we're about ready to start with our opening bout here, finally, after Gilbert shut up. I noticed he didn't want that tape shown. You want to make the official announcements on this one, Randy?
I'll be glad to, Lance. There's one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, Ken Raper. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from every girl's dream, introducing Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. With him at ringside is Missy Hyatt, and one away with this one fall 10-minute time limit championship wrestling match.
Ken Raper.
What?
My turn to commentate. Get up.
Come on, Missy, let us do the match.
Missy, let us do the show.
Eddie Gilbert scissors the legs, takes Ken Raper down to...
I've got more experience doing color commentating than you.
Missy, will you go back down to ringside down there, please?
I don't want to, okay?
Missy, let me tell you this. All the Gilberts have been trying to run this championship wrestling show for the last 3 or 4 weeks. You're not going to. We don't need you to do commentary here. Lance and I are completely satisfied. Well, you're not going to do it.
Yes, I am.
Listen, Randy is my guest today, so just leave it alone, will you?
I might buy the station and I'll fire you and I'll get rid of you and won't let you on this TV. I want to do it.
Well, that's fine,
I want
but...
to do it. I'm going to do it.
Well, the day you're not... Hey, Missy, get out of here. You're not going to do it today. I don't care what you want. Lance, let's say she's throwing a fit. I'm not going to get up.
Come on, Missy, just go back over there and sit down.
Eddie Gilbert and Ken Raper. Eddie Gilbert.
Eddie Gilbert in with Ken Raper in the middle of the ring, and, nails Raper.
You're not going to be here, Missy. That's all there is
Get
to
to
it.
the ringside,
Eddie
please.
Gilbert in the ring with Ken Raper.
Yeah, I want to do this. This ain't fair, Eddie. You won't let me talk.
Come on, Eddie.
You have a match in the ring, Eddie.
Everybody likes me better.
Count the guy out.
What is the problem here?
Listen, she isn't
What is the
invited
problem?
here.
She is not going to do this show. I'm getting tired of the Gilbert. Lance is getting tired of you guys trying to run this championship.
Have you ever thought for a second maybe the ratings on this show has picked up a lot since the Gilberts have been on? You ever thought about that?
Come on in. Well, let me tell you, you're getting counted out.
You out right now.
You're getting counted out.
You think I care? I care far more about my lady than that match.
Okay, today, 9, 10,
You
you have just lost
You lost the match, brother. Ring the bell.
Stuff to say that about me, doesn't it?
You lost the match. Ken Raper beat Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Did you see him beat me 1, 2, 3? You get up and hurt.
He got his. The match
There's
is
nothing
over.
to commentate on. The match is over.
Now or nowhere in this show. We're not going to let you, or we're not going to let you run this show, Lance. I'm sorry. Come on then.
Just because Eddie Martin, Jerry, just because you're like their adopted son, you want to come out here, make up the pretty matches. You think all of a sudden you're Mr. Boss right there?
I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to do this show. This is not the place to conduct business. It's my show.
It's the Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt show. You can't tell me. You don't tell her what to do. You set your butt down right now.
Hey, let me tell you something, Eddie Gilbert. We're getting tired of this. You're not going to tell us how to run championship wrestling. You're not, and the rest of the Gilbert's not. We'll run the business.
You go ask Eddie Martin, you go ask Jerry, or anybody else that works in this promotion that's ever told me anything to do. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. I don't like listen to authority. I don't like authority. Nobody tells me what to do.
Let me tell you, you came out here last week and you burned Jerry Jarrett.
Right.
Jerry Jarrett worked his whole life, Eddie Gilbert, to build his wrestling career and build this business. And we're not going to have people in here. I don't want any more of it. Get out of here.
You have a real
Randy, you don't have to talk to him. We've got a break coming up in here.
Well, get out of here right now. Eddie Gilbert, I don't want to come out here.
You don't learn a lesson from Jerry.